Our side story. Simon, surviving student, surged seaward serendipitously. Last time, who wants a juicy inspiration to recount the tale of what happened last time?
It's been 2 weeks. You can't ask too much of me.
I really can. You've not done a lot else in the 2 weeks.
I already have an inspiration, so I don't know if I need to recap. I can tell you what I did.
We know what you did.
Okay then, so that's the recap sorted.
We know what I did.
The last thing that is important is the party reconciled a little bit and met another of their missing crew members. The dwarf fanatic. Oh boy, poor Whipperting Bellowsquash. Who is now fitting up to the last name quite a bit. After, for some fucking reason, Vernon clubbed him with his anchor. And now he is planted in the sand. Possibly getting burns, because as we know, going deeper means it burns.
He's not that tall.
And it's just Vernon, Ginny. That's it. Everyone else is back at the ship. What are you guys doing?
Jenny is just staring at the massive cleave of an anchor in, I assume, his shoulder, skull area.
Well, he clanked him on the skull, so it's not lodged in or anything, and he still seems to be alive? His eyes didn't come out, so that's a good start.
I think the last thing
Didn't Vernon go swimming?
Yeah, no, I dropped my anchor and ran to the shore. I'm still raging, so I need to maybe take care
Yeah,
of
he
that.
just ran away. So, Ginny, you've got this dwarf planted at your feet. He's up to his waist in sand. He's probably not going to respond to light, sound, or contact for a while.
I'm gonna call back to Vernon. Hey, come back here.
It feels like you may need an adult at this point.
Yeah. Vernon's he's just fucking screaming and running towards the ocean. He's gonna beat the shit out of it.
You're
gonna punch the ocean.
Oh, Jesus.
I think my rage should expire by the time I get there.
How far am I from everybody else?
You guys took a bit of a 5-10 minute walk.
You could run.
I'm gonna call out to Vernon one more time and see if he comes back.
It's probably enough time for my rage to have expired.
I don't know.
Thinking, what do you?
Do you want to fight the ocean?
How far am I from the ocean at this point?
I mean, you're on the beach. One movement to the ocean, basically, because you found him staring at the sea, cutting his beard and throwing the hairs into the ocean. So you're quite close. You know,
All right, yeah,
then he ran up to you screaming, "It's your fucking fault! It's your fucking fault, you bastard!"
Is there anything nearby that we could... Oh, God, that out his arms?
We should probably use my anchor to just pry him out like a crowbar.
Just stick it in his mouth and use that as a lever point.
I don't trust any of the big sticks, because if they snap, it's just gonna blow him up.
But Vernon, you do notice something in the water.
Uh-huh.
You didn't notice it at a distance because it's blending in pretty well. It is a buttocks floating in the waves. And then you look behind the buttocks to flowing hair or a patch of seaweed. It's hard to tell.
Probably the beard that he cut off.
Gross.
So are you assuming you also cut off his cheeks?
I'm assuming it's one of the figureheads. I hope it's one of the figureheads.
Well, it's blue and person-sized.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna
Mud slopping off the top of Vernon's head as his brain finally clicked here.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go save them.
The hamster finally fell out of the wheel.
It's deaf what finally made the wheel turn one more point.
Do I see Vernon going out to?
You saw him running bare. Well, he's in a skirt, but you saw him charging off towards the ocean. Yeah, he's
gonna
still
cannonball
charging,
in, make
but
a
he
big
seems less
splash.
angry about it.
Yeah, he's gonna make a big splash when he gets in.
I mean, he's also doing it in heels, so it's probably not that dignified a run.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
Heels in the sand.
Yeah.
It's the magical effect of them, you see. It's not just climbing, it lets you just walk in them normally.
I'm climbing on the edge of the sand particles.
Are you recovering the buttocks?
I'm the whole person.
I was about to say, only the buttocks.
If I see him trying to Baywatch this person, I will run back to the group and say, "Hey, we found some people."
Yeah, but the problem is, though, he's doing it Baywatch style, but he's got his anchor tied to him instead of one of those little plastic floaties. So as he runs, it just swings and fucking bashes and cracks ribs and bruises him.
You know, I dropped that on the when I hit Woopertang. I just hit him and then dropped it.
No, I just love the idea that you're charging in with an anchor, then you jump to grab the drowning person, and you just fucking go down because you got an anchor attached to you.
No, I definitely dropped that first. No, I'm not that stupid.
But yeah, you find that there is legs attached to the buttocks. There are arms beneath the waves. There is an entire person here. Although very blue. But you don't think it's because they're drowning, so that's good. Or because they're cold, because they couldn't fucking be in this heat.
True. Well, I hope it's not too wavy. I can just swim out there really quick.
Oh no, if you know, the waves are pushing you right back to the shore, so yeah, you're able. They're coming your way, you're able to grab them. Easy enough.
Right.
You're actually noticing it's a bit strange because there's no proper undertow. There's no real pulling from the waves, it's just all going forward. But you have in a hand an entire sea elf.
Oh, great, an elf.
And this elf flutters awake. The last thing you remember was just helping out a fishing boat. You were swimming around a fair bit. Then there was this fog on the surface, so you dived down a bit, then a big fucking flash of light. Now you're here. You also had things on you at the time. You had a full hunting kit. You had a bow, you had a spear, you had a dagger. You got fuck all now. Also, this dude looks like he's been rolling in the mud.
Yes.
She blinks several times, and then just looks him over for a second and goes, "Oh dear."
Yes.
Go on.
That's all I have to say.
Vernon's a man of few words, mainly noises.
She takes a second to look around. How did I get... Where's my stuff?
I stole it. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. I didn't do that.
She kind of looks him over for a second. No, you clearly didn't because you don't have it. So where's my stuff?
There was who knows? This place is cursed. There's some crazy shit going on. You're not the only crew. There's been like 5 ships I've seen.
The worst person to give an orientation seminar to.
You mean get an orientation seminar from?
Also, if Ghost would give me a 2, it would be tough.
Ooh, an orientation scimitar. Well, I mean, that's
I'm
easy.
going to instruct you now how I'm going to sever your tendons. Please present your leg.
No, actually, they have that established, because one of their minor magical effects is it'll always know where north is. So there you go, you can orientate with a scimitar.
I was just kind of imagining it like it just spins, like the sword just spins from the hilt.
See, when I think of orientation, I think of like college orientation, where you go in and they do like future graduating classes. So it just basically be this introductory scimitar that just introduces what it's going to do to you as you swing it.
Yep, but there's also the classical navigation style of orientation, making use of compass and map.
I am being swung to the north.
If you follow me to the left, I will pass through his rib cage, up through his collarbone, and then you can see a beautiful horizon to that direction. Yes, isn't it lovely? Did you know that those clouds formed because of a low amount of rain in the region? Now follow me.
So, why is this place cursed?
Well, feel how hot it is?
Yes,
Yeah.
Shelley, you are noticing that it is intensely hot right now. Not him. In fact, he would cool a room, in your opinion, but
The mud
generally, everything about this place is oppressive, dry heat.
I noticed it's hot, yeah, but how? I don't remember being here.
It was also nighttime, you previously remember? It's broad daylight now.
Hold on. What? It was nighttime when I. Huh?
But it's always day here. It's cursed. Like we
Welcome
said.
to the island.
You know, I would normally ask a couple more questions and be far more skeptical, but at this point, she kind of looks down and notes at her lack of stuff and the fact that it's daytime. I'm actually going to believe you for a change.
That's nice to hear someone say that.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
In the distance, you can see a retreating feline man, and there's also a dwarf driven in like a fucking tent peg.
Oh, yeah. Can you help me with something actually while you're here?
Sure. Why is he doing that?
Found him like that. We have to get him out of the ocean. I mean, ground.
Okay. I go to get up.
Jenny, when you hear that noise and turn around, his expression hasn't changed, but he's just making that noise.
Oh, shit.
I would have been heading off towards our camp to get everyone again. So
No witnesses.
So yeah, I probably would have been a ways off already.
What's wrong with that guy?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna go back to where he is. I'm gonna start using the anchor as like a crowbar underneath one of his arms.
Give me an athletics.
Don't rip his arm off.
She goes to assist removing him without an anchor.
Where did this come from? This crazy fucking anchor. How? That's crazy.
Ignore how it looks like the mark in his head. Waiting on athletics, Cordell.
Alright, do I have advantage from assistance?
I mean, do you have any strength, Sea Elf?
No, not real. 14.
Yeah, okay. You get advantage.
Cool.
You drag him out. The noise changes a little bit in tone and volume at times, but he is extracted.
Whew.
And he just lays on the ground.
Sorry, Whooper Ting. Sorry. I
thought you said that you just found him. How do you know his name?
Well, technically I'm his captain.
She just looks at him, the mud-covered man.
He
And
is
then
also...
looks at
Now,
the
no, to be
guy.
fair, let's go down the form. He is quite small. He is mud-streaked, but he's muscular, if nothing else. He is wearing a cloth skirt that looks like it came from a potato sack. And also at the very bottom, he has stiletto heels on. They're quite tall, very steep.
4 inches. He's 5'10" with the heels.
She looks utterly baffled. Utterly baffled, and then looks back at the Whoopleting fellow.
To Vernon's
He's not
credit,
going to be all right, is he?
I don't know anything about people being alright. I usually just do this part. I don't do the making them feel better part.
It's Loki after I'll beat him up.
She is horribly confused, but looks to see if she can do anything to patch him up.
Let me know if you need any like scalpel or something. I don't know how this works.
Do you have a scalpel?
Can we gag him? Do you think?
just wad up some sand and stuff it in his mouth. Find a big enough rock to jam in there.
Okay, if we're gonna be doing that, we would be wrapping it around his head, not his mouth. Do you have anything else here?
Well, my buddy, I think he's gonna go tell everybody what I just did. So they're
Yes.
gonna come fix this, I'm sure.
Well, let's jump to that. Ginny, you return to the slightly lighter temperature and the nice stone flooring of a little defile where the shipwrecks are. Downside, there's a lot of squelching sounds, scraping of meat as Lefanfish is continuing his work. But I assume the rest of the party's just milling about.
Yes.
I'll just yell out as I'm approaching. We found another one.
Another one?
Yeah. Remember Whooperting, that dwarf, the crazy guy?
I remember the fanatical dwarf, not so much the crazy dwarf.
Yeah, him. We found him ripping off his beard and throwing it into the sea.
Did you calm him down?
Vernon.
Down, yes. Calm, maybe.
I'll just say that Vernon tried.
How
sure.
much did he succeed?
I think you rolled an 18.
Hey, if you want to deception this, you can try.
He succeeded pretty well.
I didn't see him pull him out of the sand, right?
Nope. No, you were long gone by that point.
Okay. I'll say he's buried.
I was right, he
No,
did roll an
sure.
18 on him.
Shoulder deep in the sand right now.
Oh, fuck.
Why?
Because Vernon.
You know, that shouldn't be just an end of the statement, but knowing Vernon, it is.
They're over here. And I'll just point this way. In the direction of the beach.
You ready to go, Ezra?
No, but I should. I'll get
Yes,
up and
we
go.
should. No, we should both go.
As you're walking past, getting ready to leave, Trish raises a claw. Do I need to feed new ones?
Preferably?
Yes.
I must more. And she just leaves. She did have a nice little stack of fruit built up and a couple of fish. So, something to snack on. Meanwhile, the free louts that you saved are just sort of milling about in one of the shipwrecks, trying to pry up a few of the boards.
Maybe we should not let them do that.
I mean, this is the one where there's about a third of the ship left.
I'm still gonna issue a warning. For one ship in particular.
Yeah, there is still a bit of a buzz going on there.
I'm just gonna make sure that they know, hey, this one maybe don't touch.
Alright. I mean, we got not to do, but sure.
Alright, fine, touch it. I don't give a fuck.
Taking command, I see.
Do it. Bet. You won't.
Well, probably, but I mean, don't have to be an arse about it.
Are we
As he
the bad
just sits
guys?
down, but he also man-spreads his display of dominance.
We are absolutely the bad guys, yes.
And then off you guys go. So, while we're in transit, any more dialogue between the new arrival and the Mudman?
I do feel bad about this.
You can throw him in the head.
I'll bet.
Why?
He hit me, I think.
Wait, you think he hit you?
I don't know, when I get mad, I get mad.
Okay.
Don't worry, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I need to do something to this head. Do you have some, scraps or something that I can try to...
It's not bleeding or anything, it's just got a fucking curve in it now.
Oh, fuck.
That's really bad.
Is there Did you give him brain damage?
I hope not.
There's a good likelihood.
Don't worry. Like, okay, at worst, he'll be as dumb as me now.
Is that supposed to? Oh fuck.
Oh, we're all doomed.
And here, Shelley, you thought that waking up without anything was the worst part. And there's this fucker.
Yeah.
It would have been better to wake up alone with nobody to fucking save you and drown.
On the bright side,
I
as you
can't
look past him, hoping for more, you do see two cats approaching. One in a tardy dress, the other in just a skirt, and also a devil in a skirt. I think one of you guys had a jacket as well, the captain's jacket.
Rude, but alright.
Well, you're a devil. You're a
It
tiefling.
literally describes what you're wearing.
But you at least see more people, possibly competent.
She stands up and kind of waves. Can you come over here?
Oh, and a ferociously spiky crab the size of a dog.
Oh, that's.
I will see our dwarf friend laying on the beach and be like, "What did he do now?"
Friend is a loose term.
I mean, for you guys, there's also a new person here, a blue-skinned sea elf.
As they kind of. He's got his head smashed in.
I wonder how that happened. I think something fell on him. Wow. Right, Ginny? Yeah?
You literally just said you hit him. You can't say something fell on him and then say you hit him.
Well, it's not a lie. Something did fall on him. I may have been holding it while it fell.
That's not falling. That's smashing.
Is the dwarf struggling, or is he just kind of...
He is laying there and just making these noises of sheer agony.
Is he face down or face up?
Face up at the sky, but his mouth barely moving, just noises keep coming out. You can see his fists are clenched tight and there's blood dripping from the palms.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I will rip off whatever cloth I actually have on and start bandaging his hands.
That's the least of his fucking worries.
Well, if there's no actual.
I'm gonna need a strength test for you prying open his hands.
Oh, this is not gonna be good.
I will try to assist.
It's one dwarf hand, there's not really a lot of help a second person can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away. I think I know.
No, you can't get the fingers open. They're driven so fucking hard in. Like, it's just tensed. And Whooperting wasn't all that strong.
Alright, let me give it a go. Nope.
Nope.
If it had been the second one, but nope.
Your soggy grip, you can't even get a proper touch. You keep slipping off.
Let's get him up and on someplace that isn't here.
Okay, yeah. Who wants to take it?
We could prop him up on.
You can just lift him.
I look to the naked mudman who's the
I could just lay on the
strongest.
ground, and he can lay on me.
You're gonna have to lift him.
You want me to touch him?
Yes.
I don't think I should be going anywhere near him.
I would have agreed like 20 minutes ago, yeah.
Okay,
You
just
caused this mess. You should assist in cleaning it up.
Okay, if you guys think it's gonna be okay. I'll
Ginny,
carry
give
him.
me a perception test.
Said perception.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Never mind. So yeah, it's not hard to hoist him up and all. Like, he's not struggling. That's the problem. As you lift him up, it's like he's light as a feather, stiff as a board, for fuck's sake. He's just not moving.
Do we have any idea how we're gonna fix this?
Is he still making those god-awful noises?
Yes.
My gut reaction is just to put I mean, it's a bit dark, but just, put a pillow over the head and,
Just kill him.
yeah, till
Put
it's
him
over.
in the cuckoo's nest.
can we take him to a healer?
This place is cursed. Oh my god, I
there
just
we
told you
go.
that.
the sounds stop, because when you're in extreme pain, having it healed helps. This is the puzzle that I'm amazed you guys didn't figure out.
I'll be honest, I just didn't want to use a spell slot.
Oh my god.
This is why Ginny was a D+. And Vernon was a D-. Any lower and he
Alright.
would have been ungradable.
Alright, well, at least he's calming down a little.
Okay.
Let's still get him to some place that isn't the same.
He turns his neck to look at each of you, and he's drawing back his lips and his teeth are gritted.
I'm sorry,
You fucking
Wooperting.
did this!
I'm sorry, Wooperting.
What?
I'm sorry.
You all did this! You didn't let me throw the halfling, you all did this! We'd be on the ocean if you hadn't fucking cursed us!
Did you want to pray to Procane?
Yes.
There's a statue of him. We found him. I figured it might help you calm down a little, because
Yes.
then let's go.
Yeah.
Huh.
He pulls himself out of your grips and just trundles along. Now and again, Vernon, though, you do see him glancing at you out of a corner of his eye. It's an
Does
angry
he
look.
Okay, angry, yeah. That's what I was gonna ask.
He'll be
Okay,
okay, buddy.
It's the loving look, I'm sure.
I'll hit him harder next time if he tries anything.
Be alright. We got a safe place to rest.
You can also see now for a proper time, but he's got a very lopsided beard now because he's just been trimming off from the left side.
Calm down, calm down. We're gonna be there soon. Don't worry.
Once again, another sulky dwarf being ushered along.
Well, I mean, this one has an excuse, I think.
Yes, this one is really justified in it.
And the other sulky dwarf is making a funny face now, shaking his head. But my girl's just following her along, and she's looking very confused. Like, do I want to stay with these people?
Yeah, it's great as well because there's been no introductions or anything. You're just there.
Yep. So she's just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll follow along.
Let's see, did I?
So you make friends, right?
Just follow people, yeah.
Can't remember if I showed it up, but there is also a token for Wooperting. There we go.
No, now I feel worse. I don't feel bad at all, actually.
Yeah, still indifferent.
Oh no, I feel terribly
Make it
for
without
Murray.
purpose.
He's huge.
He's gonna need that hat.
Yeah.
It's not a hat, it's what's holding his skull together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to replace the top half of his skull.
He's Iron Man now. In order to keep chunks of his skull from getting into his brain, he has to wear a magnetic helmet.
Yes.
But yeah, so Shelley, as they just march along, not taking any personal interest in you for some reason.
Well, I mean, I already made my introduction.
Did you?
Nope,
Did
but
you-
that's.
you-
I mean, Vernon. I mean, he's saved from drowning. He's good.
Personal interest, no, but I would motion for Shelley to come along and mention that we do have a relatively safe place to stay and a bunch of people. So if they want to come survive, by all means. But honestly, I am more concerned with our potentially homicidal, potentially dying dwarf.
Yep.
He is part of the crew, and you don't leave the crew behind.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll follow along.
And as you get to the little defile with the rushing water of the shipwrecks, the lizard folk who has a whole abattoir around him of Sahagwin, he has just disassembled them completely. The nervous system of one just laid out there, stringy. He waves. There are things dripping from his hand. Some of it's blood.
She is yet again questioning if this is the right group to be following.
Is this how you started an evil campaign?
I imagine the fanfish is just like deadpan staring out. Hi.
Oh no, he has a little bit of expression to him, unlike the others. That's why he was the interpreter. And you know how much expression he has in him. Then you also see him, of course, lift up one of the injured cave fisher and just squeeze it as one of the wounds seeps, and he just drinks down a big droplet.
Hey, Whooper thing, I have an idea. You might like me more if I tell you this. That thing over there, it bleeds alcohol.
Fuck you.
An accurate response.
He just stares right up at you.
I think you could use a drink after what I just did.
Fuck you.
Just don't bother Vernon. Just help our new guest meet everyone and such. Just I'll take Whooperting to the Crocaine statue.
He trundles along with you. There seems to be a limp now.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully means his anger is starting to waver a little, and thus his adrenaline rage is going away.
And yeah, whenever you show him the carved symbol, he starts to get into prayer.
I give him a soft pat on the shoulder. When you're ready, we'll have some food ready, and maybe even a bit of drink, if you feel up for it.
I need a little time, yes. Yes, I do.
Of course, take all the time you need.
As you walk away, you come to the sound of whistling. Appreciative whistling directed at Shelley by the three naked, tattooed dudes that you rescued earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm regretting.
Well, they don't hoop and holler a whole lot. They just whistle a bit and then go back to just sitting there because they've got nothing to do.
She just kind of slowly blinks at them, and then a very slow, rude gesture.
There's a bit of a laughter at that.
And then
The one-
she goes right back to what she was doing.
Which is standing on the deck of a ship. As you look up into the sky, you can see the mast of this ship has been carved into a specific shape. It's a dong.
After a moment of staring, she just kind of turns to the nearest person and says, "Why is your ship a penis?" We lost somebody.
Snook. I mean, he had connection issues last time too, so.
Yeah.
I'll just say this isn't our ship.
This is the good ship Venus.
This isn't our ship. We're
Stole
just
it. Stole
drawn
it.
to.
Yeah.
So you're pirates too. You smack people in the head with anchors and then you steal their ships.
No.
Oh, thank God, you're back.
Sorry. Not pirates. Definitely not pirates. I'm sorry. What did he tell you? I was brain dead for a half
He
second.
just kept on saying, for some
ship.
reason, we stole it. We steal this.
I asked him what. I asked, "Why is your ship a penis?" And he said that it's not your ship. He stole it.
We
I didn't say we steal it.
we didn't
I said we
steal
were
it.
drawn to it.
I said we stole it.
We did not steal it. Fuck that guy. So we washed up on shore, much like I assume you did. Do you have a ship?
No, I was helping a ship, and then there was a light, and then I was here.
Unfortunate. So that light was a giant fucking giant, I think. I don't know. But we washed up on shore, saw that and point up towards the gigantic phallic mast, and thought, that's weird. But it's also the only thing we can see. So we went here, found these, and it's probably one of the most safe places on the island.
Okay, so the penis ship isn't yours; it's just your house currently.
Yes,
Yes.
it was
Okay.
here when we washed up.
When in doubt, trust in the big dick.
Yes.
Why would somebody make their ship a penis?
It
Why
was
not?
not our concern to really think too much about who made this ship. Rather than it's big and noticeable, and thus, if we need to direct someone back, we can just point to it and go that.
I mean, there's also the figurehead is quite distinctive too.
Right.
Though
it's
less so
definitely like
now.
a party yacht. I can't believe I thought the figurehead was floating in the ocean.
I mean, if the sea ghosts had turned up here, I mean, those Kuatoa would have gone for the massive buttocks that were carved there. It was the most defining point of that figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
And Alara isn't even here to groan about it.
Yeah. As Vez in Chicago were talking to each other saying, this will be the first thing anyone sees when we come into port. This is going to be our first impression at all times.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so with that in mind, and Azure's gonna hold out his hand. Azure.
Oh, Shelly. And she just kind of shakes his hand. Yeah, I would say nice to meet you, but I'm very confused, so just hi.
Understandable. Yes. And I see that you've met Vernon.
Ah,
I
the
am
mud
Vernon.
guy.
Yes.
Why is the mudman your captain?
The Mudman is not our
He's
captain.
not our
Did
captain.
he tell you that he
Well,
was our captain?
We're all the captain.
No,
we're
we're
saying-
not all the captains.
He said that he was the captain, so the mudman is not your captain.
Mudman is not our captain.
Good,
Kind
otherwise
of
I
the
was going to
captain, a
question
little
you.
bit.
I was going to question your sanity. Oh, right.
I mean, you know who
that's
your
still a
captain
fair
actually
point.
is.
Yes.
And he takes a drink.
Who is your captain?
Well,
Hopefully he's dead.
Oh, wait!
I don't have
No.
to deal with having to bring him back to shore.
now I wasn't the biggest fan of him either. However, you know, more people is often better. I'm
Him?
not gonna. I mean,
He has that flask.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Fuck.
I mean, if he's washed up on the shore, likely he's lost all of his stuff, like us. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's not here with us at the moment.
Oh, okay, so what about the other ones? Who are they?
Other ones?
Your other friends, like the one that just left.
Who just left?
The Pio's character.
Right. Whooperting the dwarf is,
One of the
crew
help.
member, wasn't
He's
he?
a servant.
Yeah. Well, did he have a...
Did he have a
trying to think.
specific role?
He wasn't like a... My gut reaction was to say bosun, but I don't actually think that's
I think he
accurate.
was. Yeah, I think he was your. No. He wasn't your bosun. That was the tiefling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, did he have a designation? Or was
I think he was just a crewman.
Okay. Whooperting is one of our crewmen, and Rainey, who left with him, is actually I don't think any of us really have designations.
Well, I mean, Rainey's back by now.
Oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Not
think we did have
really.
any destinations.
You had a few, like obviously you put the halfling in the kitchen.
yes.
I would say we were the
Ginny was kind of the
Combined.
navigator.
combined first mates, and generally small duties here and there.
Yes, polymates.
Yes.
Okay. Why was he talking about he blamed you all because you wouldn't let him throw the halfling into the sea?
Right. We had a bit of a disagreement on board. Something about the halfling being unlucky or something like that. And he wanted to throw one of our crewmates overboard to appease Procan, and now we're here.
Yeah,
Because we-
specifically Teddy's dice. Teddy was really shit at dice, kept rolling ones.
Yeah.
And
you might
Whipperting
have a
wanted to
point.
throw him overboard for being a scud, and you know what? Here you are now.
Yeah, I was thinking you might be right.
The fact that you think he might be right is all the proof I need to know that he was wrong.
You don't know why we're here.
Well,
I know it's not because of a halfling's dice roll.
and I'd like to point out we did not have a halfling that was shitty at dice. So I mean,
You
I
never
doubt-
know with those halflings.
I very much doubt that was the case. So
I'll also point out the 3 seamen. We found them scavenging the area, and they've kind of joined with us for now as well.
well, logical. I mean, if nobody knows what's going on, it's better to stick together.
When you point at them, the biggest, luckish-looking one has raised his arm. Question!
Yes.
For the blue one, I was wondering, are those actually tits or are they flotation devices?
Well, I guess you'll never get to know now.
Aw.
I was about to say if they're airbags, they don't make. They're nothing like the one that you've got on your head.
He looks up and around.
Exactly.
What was
So
she
does
talking
Vernon.
about until one... He finally stops looking and one slaps him on the back of the head.
So just to point, they're not technically with us. We found them here. Lefanfish and points over the
He raises his hand again,
door.
just bits of Sahagwin slop off his hand.
He
Aye.
is with us.
So he is with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I
He's
am crew.
objectively more useful than me.
His crew.
He is crew.
What
I
he's
guess you
doing
could call
is
him our
useful.
quartermaster right now.
What's
Yes.
he doing?
Making weapons out of that. I choose to just not look at it, personally. If you look,
You see him pull this
huge.
this large white lobster-looking thing up above his head, squeeze it, you see it writhe in his grip and make out a little hissing noise, and a bit more blood comes out of it that he gulps down before setting it aside and then drawing string from the front of it.
Yeah. If you just look a few inches above his head, it's like you're looking at him, but you don't have to witness what's happening.
And just all around him is completely dissected Sahagwin, and there are layers of skin that are just drooling out all of their essential oils and juices.
Right.
This is
I make-
home.
I make armor, I make weapons. This one need.
A dagger would be lovely.
Easy. And then he starts rummaging around, and there's this horrible squelching, slopping mass as he just reaches inside and starts to work on it.
Oh, thank you.
And as you look at the rest of the party, they are not all that equipped. A couple of spears, one big sword, and a dagger tied at the hip in a case,
Also an anchor.
and an anchor. And then some
Well,
weird
you-
tube on Ginny's hip.
Well, I knew about the anchor because the guy got beamed with it.
Yeah.
Wait, who had the sword?
You do.
I do.
Yeah, because Ginny's feeble. It's a cutlass, so
As
it's
all
feeble.
kids.
Oh, right.
All
Oh
of
yeah,
Captain's
also I
characters
forgot
are
to mention,
feeble.
Vernon has a monkey tail now.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Instead of fur, it has mud.
Yeah, it's a flesh tail. It does not have any hair on it. It's just
Yeah.
muddy flesh, writhing like a monkey tail. Because he's wearing a very thin, silvery little belt.
She also raises her hand and goes, Why does the Mudman have a tail?
I stopped asking why he has things.
I mean, you were right there when it happens. You can, like, you all know why, but you don't know why.
Yeah.
I'll just point at the belt, silver belt, and be like, that's why. But the actual why and Mudman in the same sentence just kind of
It's best not to ask.
hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So take anything that comes from him with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Or you just don't
Grain
listen.
of sand.
Alright. Yeah, okay, we can do that.
You know, now that I think about it, the gem might be good for our new friend if someone else isn't already willing to carry that burden.
Wait, the
The
charisma
gem that gives you tits? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big ass ruby.
I wonder if on a woman it would just increase the size. I wonder what happens.
See, I mean, that's probably what I'm thinking. So either that or Miss
Hold on, are you all actually saying this
No.
in character?
Imagine like
Okay,
it's a
good.
little huddle. No, they're saying this out of character, I imagine.
I mean,
Vernon would probably say that.
I'd be verbal, yeah. The gem that gives you tits.
Wait. A gem that gives you tits?
Uh-huh.
If you're a man, is there?
Yes.
Why does a gem give one tits, and what does it do other than give you tits?
It allows you to cast a spell that would charm people.
As for why does it give you tits, I place both my palms together and spread them out like a rainbow. Magic.
Ah,
And might as well.
To be fair, there is a logic here. You did pry it out of the giant titty of a figurehead.
Yeah,
It was
True,
a hole
I
in
mean-
bed.
Okay, but did the figurehead lose its tits? Because if it didn't, then I will riot.
It has one tit left. The other was sawn off. This one was only partially mauled. And you have not found it.
Does
Wonder if
that
the other
mean
one
there's
goes.
another gem around?
I mean, I would imagine there must be.
Potentially. But that tit has gone a-wandering.
And who knows how long the ship has been here.
It's hard to tell.
where was
I just
this,
like to imagine how confused Shelley is at all of this passing information.
where is this gem tit?
Yeah, but I'm sure one of them could just lead you down to the front of a ship you're currently on, and you see the figurehead, which is a topless reclining figure of a woman with a honking chest, and then the rest of it is a bed frame and sheet.
Yep.
But the left tit is gone, and the right tit is huge but has a big hollow divot in it at the nipple, where there was the gem. Like a fist-sized gem. Massive ruby.
Is the front where the water is? In other words, could it have gone down into the water?
Oh, no. We
No, it's
know
been
where the
sawed
gem
off.
is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were some fish people carrying pieces of them away, legs and arms and stuff. Every figurehead has lost things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to go, take a dive down and see.
No, we have Gem, and the other one got carried off.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't actually checked, have we?
No, but we know the general direction, I believe.
I mean, if you want to investigate this water, we haven't really done it yet.
It's amazing how easily the party is distracted by a set of tits.
You know, actually, looking for in the water, not a bad idea. I'm surprised
It's a Hogwin.
I didn't think to do that.
All right.
Um,
Well, I can hop on down, do that easy peasy. I'll come back up if I see anything, or if I don't.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and join to assist.
Oh, all right. So she just goes and hops off into the water and goes diving down.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, give me a investigation this time from the two of you. So it can be one roll of advantage or not.
gonna go with the advantage.
Yeah, that worked out. 16's good. As the two of you sift about, you find a few things. You come away with 2 rusted daggers, although at this point they are useless. I mean, you could throw them once, but for repeated stabbing, it's not going to work. You also look at a couple of very shitty little dice, because there's only about 3/4 of them left. The rest is corroded away. Because, hot water does things to shit. You find a few semi-intact corpses. They've been a little bit jerkified, despite all of the moisture. They seem oddly dried out. You also find at the lower end, it seems like one of the Kuatoa had fallen in, because it is just a claggy mass of ash, but it's just sort of holding inside, a certain shape, but it's just, like, you could distort this easily with a bit of a current. But it's just sort of holding together.
Huh.
But you do come away with something nice. You find 4 pristine arrows.
Ooh.
They were lodged into one of the other corpses, though. But, I mean, the fletching on them is still perfect despite being underwater. So, you'd guess magical.
Yep, she would go to remove them.
Alright. Because I think you know how this goes down. Yeah, you rip them out.
Roll initiative.
Every other time she's grabbed something.
Yeah, I have a bad track record for grabbing something.
None
Except for, I did not get pulled into the crypt. That was not
Nope.
me.
That was amazing, because that crypt map, I had set up specific spots for all of the traps. Like, it wasn't just a general, this area. No. It was tiles. It was specific tiles. And they triggered all of them.
Now that's how a D&D party should endeavor to be.
It was, like, the only thing they didn't trigger was at the end when everything was falling down. They managed to avoid all of that. But everything before that, everything was triggered. It was glorious.
Didn't Siegfried manage to lean on just the right coffin?
2 of them.
I
He
heard
just-
about it.
Thule also stood on one of them.
Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing. It was the most conspicuous, obvious place for a trap, and he leapt right on top of it.
Of course.
And
So I'll
then-
be right back for like 2 minutes.
Okay, and then he just heard... "Moo."
It's like, oh, fuck.
And Rain almost died down there. Good times.
If Malakern had landed on top of her, she would have.
Yes.
Instead, he landed on top of Siegfried and broke his ankle.
I think it also required a medicine check as well.
Yes.
So, you emerge from the water with a couple of arrows. 4 of them specifically. 2 shitty daggers that'll be good for 1 toss. Or 1 stab. And dice that aren't going to roll well. They're technically defreeze.
I would recommend leaving the dice underwater. I don't want our dwarven friend to come back and feel justified.
Yeah, no, she would have left them if there seemed no purpose for them. So the shitty daggers she would have taken, and then the 4 arrows.
Coming back up to the surface, she's already more useful than Vernon.
To be fair, Vernon's been pulling a lot of weight combat-wise.
Yeah,
He
that's
has
fine.
killed a lot of things. Except for the first battle where he was sitting out for about 10 rounds.
I maintain my judgment.
Well, I mean, it's rather useful to be able to breathe underwater.
It is.
Although I will say it's rather weird for this to be all sea-like, yet be so warm.
We are close to the elemental plane of fire.
Yeah, that's the whole island is just like that. The sun will set, but the sky will always stay lit. The caves are sweltering and just reflect heat off of all surfaces, making them basically ovens.
Don't pick the fruit.
Yeah, don't pick the fruit.
But you can use
don't,
an explosive.
in theory.
I
Wait,
did.
the fruit are explosive?
They're boiled, so the juice is will burn.
High pressure.
Yes.
Very high pressure.
Ready to burst.
Ah, okay, that's good to know.
So, on the upside, we do have a few things to potentially help save us from.
In the
I don't
distance, there's a hand raised.
Which one is it?
This one's one of the skinnier ones.
So it's not the same one as last time?
No.
Alright, what do you want?
Do we have to wait for a meal time, or is it kind of just whenever?
Look to the rest of the crew. I don't fucking know.
Like we should wait.
It's probably
Did-
healthier to have
did-
a mealtime.
If everyone
Truth,
just eats
bring
all the
any
time,
food
we
back?
could run out of
Yeah,
food.
there's a wad of fruit and fish.
Is Truth still here, or did you go
No,
out
she went off to
looking-
find more food because there's more people now.
Should we offer it to him?
We can let them starve, I guess.
I mean, we could be complete dicks and dictators about this and make it so that, like, they have to do a certain amount of work a day to get their food.
I'm
But
sure
that
they'll
feels
work
like.
it.
You've also given them no
Ah.
job to do.
Yeah, I know.
We could give
It's
them
a-
the rule of if you
Why-
eat some, you have to go get some.
Why are we debating this?
Like-
We should probably just let them eat.
It's
Well,
Like
I
if they
mean,
eat something, they have to go out and find some more, so everyone else can eat later if they want.
And the other thing is, if people just go in and eat whenever they want, we're gonna run out of food really quick.
We
Yeah.
can still ration it out. Just you can have X many pieces of food per day.
But how are you going to verify that's happening?
Yeah, I think we can go on an honor system here. We're all in the same boat.
Mhm.
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, the fanfish is here.
He can meet out food.
no offense to LaFanfish, but he doesn't seem like the type to really take up charge, you know?
throwing stones in glass houses, I see.
Well, alright, I'm just saying.
I'm going to go talk to the three sailors. Ask
Hmm.
them, all right, what did you do on board your ship?
Well, I was an upper shipman, so I did usually rigging, did a little bit of crow's nest. Me,
Okay.
usually an oarsman, and an oarman. No, but usually I just work the deck. Same with
Alright,
Teddy
so
here.
All right, so a topsman and two oarsmen. All right.
I mean, we've got
Here
years
it
of
is.
experience on us.
But I was hoping one of you might have had some time as a quartermaster.
Nah. Never that lucky for promotion.
Carpenter of some sort.
You trying to sass him at long distance?
That's my specialty, is sass. Yes.
Certainly not damage.
Fuck off!
They had no modifiers to help them, and they still kept winning. Yeah, we're just shipmen. So, I'm sorry for the crass approach and all that there. It's just... You are attractive lady, and this has been a very trying time. So I apologize with all due respect.
Thank you, and I understand your position.
Also, my arse is getting a bit numb here. I mean, we're gonna do anything?
If you and your men feel up to it, you could do a little scouting.
We're good at on the water, on a boat. You saw exactly how successful we were on land with those fish things walking about.
True, but you could run, and you did run, and you managed to hide from them.
We did, but I'm also going to point out there was about 10 of us. That's how successful our running has been.
Ah, I see. Were there any other survivors, or no, you were just separated, or...
We didn't see anyone else, just our lot.
Hmm.
Been a few days.
Hmm.
Why did we take the long?
They could maybe set up some like lean-tos or something on the ship so we have some shade.
I mean, we have shade below deck.
Yeah.
It might be nice to stay on deck to.
Yeah,
help
it's just
watch
this
and
one where
stuff.
you get too much shade. Or I'll
Shelly
point over
kind
here.
of raises her hand and asks, "Has anybody climbed to the top of the giant dick to look around?"
Ginny did.
No.
He was right up on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, never mind. He did.
But I do not remember what the hell I saw.
Yeah,
I'm
because
going
you
to
rolled
check
like
right
shit,
now.
I'm pretty sure.
Something might
Yeah.
have changed.
I marked 2 things on the map way over here.
It was a
This was some stone structure,
structure thing.
and this
Yeah.
was some stone outcrop or formation.
Hmm.
It was a lot less than the stone structure, because that looked
Didn't
like
the
building.
stone structure have fishmen around or something?
I mean, you never got close enough to check.
Um,
Shelly just kind of looks around and goes, "So,
Oh, wait a minute, I remember now. This one did have some smokestacks coming from it.
okay, I remember something had like signs of life around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that one. I think before we got all the way here, I think we saw some smoke too.
There
There's
is,
more to
but
the
it's very much in the southeast.
Yep,
You saw a
that's
couple
what I
around
said.
this sort of region here.
So there's 2 places where we have seen signs of people or something there.
Probably the burnt fish people.
so
Is
are-
the one to the southeast? Is that the one where I heard the chanting or yelling or something?
Trying to remember that bit now. No, that was just something you just heard it very distantly.
It's like a burbling
Okay.
almost.
Like you did not hear it, from a specific direction. Just felt very clear.
Okay.
I mean, we should probably. It's always gonna be a good idea to check every once in a while though, because we heard that big thing from the ocean, like south of the island, right? Something walking around. It sounded like.
You did.
We knew that some sort of large fire or something was like moving around.
Yes, there were explosions in the southeast.
Should probably keep an eye on that.
okay, hold on." Shelly is not following any of this. She's just kind of going, "Okay, where are these things?" So she just starts climbing up herself.
How good is she at climbing, though?
Well, if she's helped with ships before, her background is sailor, so.
All right, fair enough. You can scamper up there, yep. Because the tabaxi at least have a climbing speed naturally, so for him it's easy enough. Ginny, you
Yeah.
had no trouble at all getting up on that dick.
He's good at mounting dicks, yeah.
He's a natural.
You're never gonna get away from Brokeback Paladins, never. So yeah, you get up, and you see the coastline, which is quite different from the map because this guy made it all fucking cliffs for some reason. This is all beach, and it's not quite 1-to-1. Like, think about like the first half of the shoreline is actual sand, the rest is a bit of scrubland and tree line.
Okay.
But yes, you are currently on the Black Scare, menaced by the gigantic fucking crab. Also, let's see, I might as well paint something else here. Dee-ba-doo. Just thinking now, just to mark it down. You guys basically started about here.
Where
Yeah.
is here?
Yeah, in the yellow spot.
Where?
Okay.
Well, as far as where to go next, my gut reaction is to check out the smaller one first, just because it's, well, hopefully it's smaller means that less chance that there's a lot of things there. Not to mention, just, the stacks of fire could be anything from fellow survivors to things we need to exterminate because they're too close.
Yeah. Also,
But
perception check for Shelly.
distance-wise,
Okay.
Because she's up there scouting.
true. Please see better. Hell yeah.
Sees a lot. You see, first of all, of course, the big-ass volcano. But it's not smoking or anything, so that's encouraging. There is...
the volcano this thing?
Yep, there are a lot of smoke pillars around this region. Even with the 20 and all, it's hard to see... Like, because it's just a smoke pillar. So it's hard to gauge distance fully. Or how close some of them are to each other. You do notice around this sort of region here, there are a lot of fire. There is the occasional explosion and burst of the tree line. Haphazard, though, and while it's happening in about 3 or 4 portions, it doesn't seem at all organized. And then we get to over here on the left. So this place, there is, sticking partially out of a tree line, there is definitely a structure of some kind. You'd guess probably not a fully intact one. And then far here, you see a stone formation. It looks less like a stony cliff. It looks more like a sort of... like what you'd expect a druid would know of. It's that kind of thing. Not a henge, but close. There is also a smokestack rising from it. And very faintly for you specifically, there is just in the air a foom. Just that sort of noise, just sort of pushing against your eardrums a little bit. Like it's hard to put anything more than just it's a pressure. And it's coming distantly from the south.
Okay then. So she starts climbing on down.
Yep, you slide off a deck.
Yep. So there's a whole bunch of fires up over there. Small ones, big ones.
Some as big as your head.
And occasional explosions, but it doesn't seem like it's routine. It's just periodically an explosion goes off.
Yeah, generally what she can convey is familiar to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Situation has not changed noticeably, it seems.
Joy.
As she describes everything she saw, his ears are just gonna sulk a little bit and just gonna be like, damn. So Azure mentioned the smaller stone structure, right?
That's my gut reaction.
Same here.
It being smaller, my thought process is there would likely be less enemies.
Less danger,
there.
but potentially we can
However,
find some more people.
The closer structure would be a more imminent threat if it is enemies.
How much bigger was the stone structure that's closer to us?
It's kind of hard to guess because it is still in the trees.
Okay.
For all you know, that could be the one wall that survives.
My hope is that it's ruins, just like the ones we found pretty early on.
As he catches up on them, we found dwarven ruins, really old.
Mm-hmm.
We all had a collective hallucination of a dwarf that read it for us.
It was just Whooperting. He got lost later on.
Yeah, I hit him on the head and he forgot who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Should we head to that stun structure then?
Yeah, I think let's secure what's closer to home first.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're kind of thinking this is a long-term base. Well, hopefully, we'll see.
I mean, it's a base for now, so we should.
We'll treat it like it's a long-term base.
How's Lefanfish doing with it? Any weapon?
Yeah, those bows would be nice.
Well, I mean, do you ask him?
I'll glance at him. Hey, Lefanfish, how's it going with the weapons?
Still making more.
What was he working on? 2 bows. Was there anything else he was working on?
Leather armor, I think, for...
Yeah.
I have bow. I have no feathers. It's a short
Could
bow.
we send the seamen out to find feathers? Give them some shit to do?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they
They've
can
given
maybe flip.
more weight that they're better on the waves and such.
Well, I mean, in theory, could we put one up at the top of the deck so that they can watch?
Probably the topsman.
Is it possible for them to essentially catch fish at some point?
Well, the
Give her
oarsmen
away.
will likely be better for physical labor.
Hmm.
And, well, you were underwater. How many fish did you see?
How many did we see?
Yeah.
It's not a whole heap, because you're also in, a heavy current with a waterfall and all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you also look at the small mound that Trufus brought back, so they're a fish.
Have we checked behind that waterfall yet?
Yeah, that's where you found the tunnel with a little shrine and all.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought it was, yeah, okay.
Because there's nothing directly behind the waterfall this time. It was just a cave to the side of it.
I didn't have a burn for that one.
I mean, we got a cool knife.
A really cool knife.
Yes.
As he just realized.
No, I knew.
Alright, well, I'll let the crew know what to do, and then we can be off.
Keep an eye on Wooperting, make sure he doesn't try to kill me when I get back.
Do you want Oberting to read
You could
your...
bring him along.
No, no,
He
no.
said he needed some time still at the Procane statue.
He's probably ready to travel now. He'll keep a close eye on Vernon to make sure no harm befalls him.
Judging by he held a grudge over bad dice rolls. No.
I mean, we're gonna keep him as long as he's useful, but we might have to climb up.
Oh god.
Does that...
Always like this?
Does this sentiment of keeping them as long as they're useful apply to everyone?
No, I mean, the crew is the crew. But, like,
Well,
only the
I
higher
mean-
members like us, the officers. You guys are cool.
Shelly looks very confused.
Vernon better not be any alignment of good.
No.
Neutral would be a hard sell for Vernon.
Yeah, it's turning out that way. I didn't think it would.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go up to the 3 men and say, Gentlemen, do you need something to do? Well, we have a few things. My 2 oarsmen, you can, I need you to see if you can catch some fish.
Oh.
And more important, I know, it's nothing fancy.
No, I mean, we're happy to do it.
But I also need you to keep an eye on, and I point to the place where I really can't remember where the Procane statue was.
Yeah, it's just off to the right. They know where it is. They ran there.
All right, and keep an eye on the ship where you guys hid originally. Our dwarf friend Whooperting is in there, and he's not doing well. So if he comes out and, is a little off, feel free to restrain him.
Having your head made lopsided can do that to a person. All right then.
Yep, thank you. My topsman. Would you be adverse to climbing up to the top of the high structure and keeping a lookout?
So he just looks down for a moment. Yeah, I might have to get down a little bit just to cool down a bit, or heat up as the case may be, depending on the wind.
Of course. Wonderful. So there will be tasks, so everyone can be busy and equally as hungry, and knowing they earn their meal.
That bit does not fill me with elation.
What? People don't get a sensation that, oh, hey, I did good work today, and thus rewarded. Does positive reinforcement not exist for people?
No, I'm laughing at Jenny's comment.
Yeah.
No, you kept us alive. We're happy to help.
Thank you. I then return to the others. Well, everyone has their orders. We can depart.
As Rainey's walking away from him, a couple of you notice that they're whispering to each other for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do some murder.
I smell a mutiny.
They're no longer useful.
John.
That's the slogan of his party: when they are no longer useful. What they didn't realize is it applied to the party as well.
Yeah. It's like it's how the Top Gear trio leave no man behind. That's exactly how we do it.
Yep, if your
We
friend
leave
friends,
them behind.
if your friend falls behind, you leave him there.
Exactly where they belong.
I don't have to run faster than the bear. I just have to run faster than you.
You'd think so, but the bear has multi-attack.
Yeah, but does the bear have enough movement to hit the person I tripped and then still get it to me?
If it's a black bear, yes. 40
Damn.
feet of movement. That's why Olber's so lightning fast.
Ooh, I can outrun one of those easily.
Yeah, no, it's
Bear
weird, isn't
can
it?
dash
level.
too.
Yep. Well, no, he's meaning in real life, probably.
Oh, probably.
I mean, you just lead them downhill and they fall over. Upside, you're getting away from them. Downside, you've pissed them off. There's pros and cons there.
And you're way slower uphill than it is.
Yeah, but if it tumbles downhill, it can also run and squash you.
It's like bowling.
So, the party step out.
I didn't hear any of that. It broke out.
Yeah, he's roboting for me a little bit.
Hang on, let me double check here. Nope, I'm all green on. Let's double check as well. Yep. Just making sure audio is still going for an OBS. Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just Discord being Discord.
Yep. So the party stride out, yes?
Yep.
Once more,
Yeah.
going for adventure. At which point, you also realize, Shelley, you still have nothing.
I have 2 daggers.
Didn't we have some extra spears?
And no pockets to hold them in.
Yeah, oh boy. Do you have extra spears? Because if you so, she would totally want one.
Oh, yeah. It's just now you've got the problem
I'll
of holding
give
it
her-
all.
I'll give her a spear.
Well, okay. In that case, then she would probably leave the arrows and the shitty daggers because she doesn't have any place to store stuff yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Azur's the one with the captain's jacket that's been trimmed a bit.
Yep. Speaking of, what is your specialty?
What, mine?
Yes.
Yes.
We have spears, but are you good with spears? Would you prefer something more like that? And I point towards the anchor.
Because meta-wise, it is interesting that, she's just kind of accepted into the conglomeration instead of just being assigned a task like the rest. Like, really, Shelley should just be toiling with the rest of the shipment. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, but she looks like a main character.
That's
Well,
the
yeah, she's
distinction,
blue.
Yeah.
Well, you have
And
to remember,
as we know, the blue people in this party are the ones that should be.
Oh, God, really?
Well, the thing is, do we want to go for something that's narrative or realistic? Because realistically, we would have killed the 3 seamen and started cooking them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't think so.
So are we the bad guys, or
No, this isn't about good or
If
evil.
we
This
do
is about
that, yeah.
survival, man. This isn't about good or evil. This is about survival in a realistic situation.
As Rainey
Let's
just
get
snaps
that
one of their
form up.
necks as Truth lays down more fruit and fish.
Honestly, the lizard folk would probably heartily agree with you.
It'd be
Vernon,
less
as soon as
mouths
they're
to
not
feed.
useful, we can kill them and eat them.
and, yeah, they'll be useful in that way.
It'd
They'll
be
never not
less
be
mouths
useful.
to feed, and then they'd be, helping.
Yeah,
So
just feeding them at this point.
But that's what I said. Is it good for being realistic or narrative?
No, even realistic, you wouldn't fucking murder them.
You have food already, so why would you kill somebody for food when you have?
Because there's
food?
no there's no
Because
fucking
there's
police officers
3
here. I can just
extra
kill
mouths to
somebody.
feed.
Nobody's gonna come look.
It's 3 extra mouths to feed and potential mutiny.
And we can get away with it.
Yeah, we don't know these people that well.
Haven't you always just wanted to kill somebody and just be able to get away with it?
I'm
Yeah.
learning so much right now.
Yeah,
that I
wow.
did not need to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christ, P.O.
Hey, I said being realistic.
No, you're not.
Yes, that's not
It's
realistic.
just being psychopathic.
You've never been in a survival situation, have you?
Is there something you have to tell us about your permanent record, P.O.?
I thought
Actually, no.
yeah,
I
after
have
high
no
school.
arrests.
I have no arrest. Is not.
I have.
You're
I
That
have
doesn't
no
mean.
You're
I
That
have
just
sounding
means you
kinda
weren't
sus right now.
caught.
I think
I
you're
have
being
no
imposter.
arrests. I have no tickets. I'm
Anyway.
That's the name of the law.
The party
That's
step
the
out for
point.
adventure.
Well, Shelly would point out that she's happy with spears. She slightly prefers tridents, but she can use spears just fine.
How about a dagger that makes you cold?
I'll take that.
I hand over the dagger.
Okay.
It's
what's
a
the
very
stat?
fancy-looking dagger with great deep runes carved into the handle.
It's a +1 dagger.
Oh god. Please
It also
tell me
makes
that
you very
you speak Dwarvish.
No,
Damn.
sorry.
There is someone who speaks Dwarvish in the camp.
Right, but Vernon really fucked that.
He might not
Yes.
actually know how to speak Dwarvish anymore.
Yeah, Vernon knocked it out of him.
You may hope one of your other crew members that you don't fuck up your meeting of can also speak Dwarvish. I'm just saying right now, Vernon, you screwed yourself out of orbiting route. It's not happening.
It's fucking. I have to fucking replay the whole fucking
I
arc.
mean, don't forget, that's even worse. That means you're locked out of the harem best ending.
He's got
Okay.
the hookups, man.
Well, what's the stats on the dagger?
It's just a +1 dagger, and it makes you cool.
Okay, so I can just pull. it.
Yeah, so does Shelley pull it out of the sheath?
Yeah.
Suddenly there are gale force winds whipping around you. Just you. It is also bitterly cold. Like, it's refreshing for a few seconds, and then it is fucking cold. Like, luckily you're a sea elf, so, you're used to colder temperatures, but it keeps going. It's persistent. Also,
Yeah.
hair whipping around everywhere.
Yeah. You probably can't see anything.
If you were to grab this dagger and let go back to go to heat to cold enough, you will go into shock.
So if you ever need an easy out, we don't have our cyanide pills anymore, but you can always use this.
Jesus.
What?
Okay. Okay. She just kind of does one of these looks.
This is a very
All right.
millennial party.
I don't know.
It's all
Zoomers
futile,
are
man.
pretty-
We're gonna murder those guys because they're a mouth to feed. Forget about what they can do for us.
Zoomers are pretty.
Let's not
Yeah.
think long term, like how we might need a crew for any ship we find.
Oh, speaking of, if she has the dagger now, who is it that's making the stuff?
Lefanfish. He's the lizard man.
She would kind of pop over and go, "Oh, actually, apparently I've got a dagger, so apparently we don't need another one."
I'm
Oh,
done
just
now.
more
She
daggers.
just rattles it. And you find it's just a spear that's had the handle chopped off.
God damn it.
Would you be any good doing a trident?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Would you mind doing that then while we're out?
He slides back the dagger, and you can see him just laying out a couple of spears.
Yeah, that would work.
And then he starts bringing in some Sahagwin bone. And you as a sea elf, I mean, it's nice to see them killed. It's a bit weird to see them all displayed like this in their component heaps.
Yeah, it'd be weird, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, well, necessity.
Yep.
And this whole thing is weird at this point.
But also for Sahagwin, so fuck him.
Yeah. Her degree of weirdness has gone off the charts, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
But also as a sea elf, they eat your people regularly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the party finally set off for adventure, yes?
Yep.
We're on the road.
If only there was one.
If only.
Retreading the beaches, you can still see the hole where Wipperting was installed. And anyone giving a good lookout?
No.
Yeah.
I will.
I would have been.
Well, one of you gets the click, and the first result is the one you pick.
Nice.
What were you saying there, Pio?
I was going to say, whoever isn't looking out has to look after Vernon.
I was not looking out. Do I have to look after myself?
Yeah.
That would be
Yes,
better.
that's a basic requirement for an adult.
Fuck.
Vernon's that dog that you give the leash to hold, and
He just stands there.
well, you go
No, he
to
just
get a
starts
coffee,
eating
and
it.
the dog just goes. Yeah.
No, he's the dog if you give the leash, he starts eating it. Then long enough passes and he craps it out. Now you got a leash from the neck to the mouth to the ass.
Okay. You
The
can
dog
use it
that
to,
eats wool, and you've just got this horrible string coming out of him.
You can almost use that as like, if you were gonna, almost like, you know how you spit roast a pig?
Oh Jesus!
Poor dad.
Wow.
Anyway. What you see, Shelley, is there's just a flitting movement in the corner of your eye for a moment. You quickly look, and then for a moment, tenseness, ready for battle, and then, oh, okay, actually that's okay. As you spot Truth, the lizard folk woman, darting about in the underbush, very skillfully, actually. There's many things dying by her hand.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, friend's a strong point.
I was going to be concerned.
As we turned out, it takes a certain element to be in the party for a party to be friends. A moral
I mean,
compass,
She
if you
looks
will.
like a main character, but she really doesn't feel like one, so she's been nixed.
You just wrote her out of the whole show.
Yeah. She's been sidelined to be list party member.
I was going to say, like, effective leadership, but alright, sure, we'll go with that. Fortunately, for the entire, you guess, a day journey, because you just get to watch as you're traveling along the sun rise behind, go over you, and then down into the sea, and there's no change to the light levels. All of it...
Yeah.
An entire day passes of just trudging along the beach.
We should really have the fanfish make us all sleep masks.
Yes, that's his first priority.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, you gotta be comfortable here. You
I
know, we
would
look at 8 hours.
hate for you to be uncomfy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
This
it.
flayed hide of Sahagwin will do well. Press it to eye holes.
I'm just
Use-
gonna slather mud on my face.
Use wet part, it will stick easier.
Gross.
Do not get in mouth. And so, it's technically nighttime. You guys at least feel tired.
Time for a long rest?
Just open stretch of beach. Well, you can see pretty far off there is, like, this is another sort of a good few miles out. Like, this is not something you're jumping to immediately. But you do see a rocky outcropping on the beach. A lot smaller, like this isn't really a feature that's noticeable from when you were looking about. Like, it's not... It just seems like a chunk of a shore.
In the direction we expected to find, like, more of these.
Yeah, but it's further. The one you're going to is further ahead. This one's just a piddly thing.
Okay.
So, do you sleep on the sand? Do you try to survive in the trees?
Maybe
Do a
just,
couple of you
like,
just dunk yourself in the ocean and hope that nothing comes along?
Honestly, sounds way better than the other two options.
You tie yourself to Shelly and just hope.
I'm sure there's like a rock that I can just kind of tie myself to.
You know, literally have an anchor you can use.
True. Tie myself to the anchor, keep myself underwater.
You can't breathe underwater.
I can.
Wait, who
I'm
can
a
breathe
s-
underwater?
The tiefling. I'm
Oh,
a special boy.
Oh, okay.
How far away did we?
Ginny's his
wander
therapy
from-
animal.
How far away did we wander from the ships?
A day's travel, man. You just kept on walking.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least you've got your short bow slung over your shoulder. It's a pretty nice job. Like the way he's worked the wood. It doesn't have the proper grain of like a limb of wood that was actually meant for a bow purpose, but you know, you reckon it's not going to snap.
But no arrows anyway, so.
Well, you got 4 of them.
We have
Yeah.
4.
It seemed like magic, so that's
Yeah.
good.
They salvaged 4 arrows. But that's all you've got. And you've also got the sling, which just makes its own ammunition.
Yeah, but you know that of all of the ranged weapons you've given him, only one of them fits his criteria.
Excuse me.
You have a history, I think, of playing a certain type of character.
Which means you might want to share out the sling.
I don't know everything about this thing yet.
Like, did he give it to anyone else?
No.
You've got 3 ranged weapons on you, man. It's about time you gave one of them up.
And the sling would be good for anyone who has spell slots.
I mean, it also makes a mundane projectile, too.
Could also go to someone who doesn't, and one of us with spell slots can just use it on.
True.
That is how that works, right? Corvus?
Yeah, you just have to cast on it.
Yeah. So
It's not an attunement item.
let me check real quick. Hold on.
As they explained, they have a sling which you can use a spell slot on to give it that elemental damage to it. Obviously, it just does a normal 1d4 plus 1.
I'm proficient in it, but I mean, it's better for me to just stick with Ray of Frost. So, I would probably say give it to our new elf friend so that she can be better.
Yeah, any extra
equipped.
range is good.
As you hand her
Yeah,
a sling and
I'll
point
give it
out, out of combat, it also works as 1 bra cup.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Pick your
I mean,
favorite, I guess.
Yeah, you get half support.
Yeah, but only if you had a uniboob. It's got to be in the
not
center.
To mention, not to mention, she is a sea elf, and they're not as caring about clothing, so she doesn't care that much.
Oh, wow. In that case, I don't feel bad for not sharing my jacket coat.
You should still feel bad.
It's fine.
This is like watching
I
a
like
pregnant
it.
woman on the bus and you're just getting comfortable in your seat.
And she said she would stand, but you still should probably stand up.
I mean, you said I was a devil. I kinda gotta lean into it, you know?
What's your alignment, Azor?
Chaotic neutral.
No, oh, you.
Well, you're not even the proper devil then. You should be lawful. Anyway.
We're all disappointed in some way or another.
So, where do you crash out?
I think like in between the shore, not the shore, the tree line and the beach, just like around on the cusp.
yeah,
There's that
that's
issue
fine.
of no bedrolls, no tent.
Yeah, there's all the old sand.
The only
Yeah.
quantity of fabric you've got is Rainey's dress, which is not a lot of fabric, and the coat, which is even less.
And it's still bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will be
Fuck your
taking
island,
off.
Corvus.
I will be taking off my jacket and using it to cover my face.
Welcome to the island.
Where nobody goes.
I mean, the anchor option is probably one that Shelley and Azure could make use of.
Yeah, we
Weird
could
as that
do
is, like they just snuggle in like it's a double bed with the anchor between them.
I mean, it has those two little like nooks, both as
Yeah.
good sitting spots.
Downside, waking them up during a night attack? Probably a bit tricky.
I can punch it pretty hard.
Yeah, but can you punch it underwater?
No, I'm saying that if you guys get attacked on land, how are you going to wake them up? Because they're not going to hear you shouting.
Oh, true. I mean, they can see
Yeah.
their heads above water.
So, any watches?
We
Watch.
can actually split this up so not everybody has to watch every night now, right? If anybody has exhaustion.
Yeah. It also means
Okay.
that two people could do one watch and have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, all I have to do is I have to just trance. I don't have to do a whole sleep.
Yeah, she can do 2 shifts.
Yeah.
Of just interacting.
So I would suggest then that I would take the second and third, and I could sleep, or I can trance through the first and second.
Okay, so you mean
I
you're
can
doing
do
third
first
and
one.
fourth.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. I'm dumb.
I can
Yeah.
do first watch by myself because I'm sure no one wants to talk to Vernon.
I'll take second.
Alrighty then. Vernon. Use those eyes, your special eyes.
My eyes, I can see.
Probably have mud on them.
No, I mean on the
I mean,
eyelids,
his
not in
skin
them.
is soft as hell. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Perception, bitch.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Good.
we should have doubled up
Yeah.
just for advantage. or-
Good.
Why am I not surprised?
Vernon, the sky's a pretty big place.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of mud, though. You know what has a lot of mud? Right down by the beach. Sort of. I mean, it's sand, but it's kind of mud.
There's mud-esque aspects.
That's about your watch done. You build a small sandcastle.
Yeah, I think I want to build up like almost like a little like a pillow, so I can lay on my stomach and have like and still breathe and have my face be in the sand, so it's
Yeah,
like.
that is the entirety
air
of what you
holes.
do with your watch.
But
Is
I'm
you
gonna
just
sleep
sculpt a
great.
bit of sand.
I'm gonna sleep so good.
Ginny! Vernon doesn't wake you up.
God damn it.
Vernon's asleep.
Shelley, as you
Snoring.
come out of your trance, Ginny's already bedded down, it seems. I guess he knew you were going to wake up anyway.
She just blinks a couple times. Who am I waking up?
I don't know, who's third and fourth? It's between Azure and Rainy, if they want to do it.
I mean, if
Both
given
do
the
it.
option to not do it, Azure is going to not do it.
So she wakes up as Azure.
Ah, fuck.
This is what I do with Alara's character all the time as well.
I guess I'll help with fourth then.
Okay.
All I'm saying is Azure's a piece of shit.
Wow.
That is very clear, but most of the party is. Like, Simon only made sure that you could do the job. He didn't do anything about what kind of person you are.
And so we're here.
Only 2 of you actually passed.
So yeah, she wakes up the other one on the anchor. I take it somebody fell asleep on watch.
That's unsurprising.
As you emerge from the waves to see Vernon very comfortable in his sand pillow. Ginny curled up somewhere, raining in a tree.
I mean, if nobody woke me up, I would have been in the same spot when everyone else went to bed.
And Scuttles being the thing that means you don't climb that tree.
Yep.
He's a very protected buckle. But it seems quiet and you're not noticing any new tracks. Although you're also noticing there's no tracks from Ginny's side.
I seem rather perceptive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of weird doing a night watch where you can just see.
Yeah. Where night vision don't matter.
Yep. Any chatter between the two? Any awkward attempts at keeping eye level? Because, I mean, his horns are kind of distracting.
So, how can you breathe underwater? Because most of your kind with the horns and things don't chill under there with us.
Really not too sure. Sailors are a rather superstitious lot, if the dwarf that was tearing out his beard is any indication. So I've just been told I'm, cursed by the sea. So.
I wouldn't call being able to breathe underwater a curse. That sounds quite nice.
It was useful in a lot of aspects. Useful here.
Yeah.
Part of the way through the watch, or probably towards the beginning of it, Azure would have conjured up his block of ice and sat on it to keep his butt cold.
Ow. Ooh. I don't know, man. That's a risky thing even for a tiefling.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, if you get up and you feel that something is stuck there, that's a lot worse than the tongue being attached.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, you watch him just sit on an ice cube. A big block of ice.
Where did you get that from?
I made it. Froze the water.
Ah. Right.
This is also a good time to point out that his component pouch is his hair right now. Whatever water he can slick back with it is what he casts with.
Yeah. Luckily, the spells I picked before this happened, the only spell component is water.
Yep.
Otherwise, this would have sucked.
Isn't it fun having a special conditions campaign?
Oh boy.
So.
Well, I'm gonna have fun going back home. Nobody's gonna believe this.
And where is home?
Oh, you probably wouldn't know. It's under the water. I
Ah,
assume that you don't go under the water very often.
not too far offshore now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could give you the whole rundown, but I don't think there'd be much of a point.
It's the lost city of Atlanta.
I'll come back now.
It's more than just a Delta hub. I mean, we've got the airport, the baseball field, the Coca-Cola bottling plant, the airport.
Yeah, well.
A bit of Malgern creeping through a mic there.
Yep.
And what was it that you said that you did before this? You were helping the ship, but is that just what you do? Or...
Well, I've been working on and off on some ships and helping out. I mean, the whole being able to breathe underwater thing is relatively useful for the usually not sea breathing. It's a whole lot harder to drown in a storm when you can breathe water.
Yeah, it is. Which, I mean, honestly, is partially why I'm surprised everyone else made it. Kind of nodding to the people that we're watching over right now.
Yeah. I mean, I was asleep under the water. If it had been any of them, they would have drowned.
Not exactly sure how it all went down. Actually, how did you end up here? What was the last thing that sort of happened?
I was helping on a ship. Everything went white, and I woke up here.
Yeah, you were just helping to untangle a net they were hauling in, and then you noticed there was a fog, and then a big flash of light, and then it all went dark.
Ah, okay.
And then you were
I
being
would
grabbed by a
specify the fog.
mudman.
Yeah, then I would specify the fog. How was it for you all? Was it the same thing?
While we were, more or less, we were on our way to Chult when we fighting another ship, and the fog crept in. Not too long after that, what appeared to be a giant walking man basically strolled his way up to us, and all went white.
Oh, that's a bit different. Now here's my question, Corvus. Was I in the same area as them?
No.
Okay, so I was in a completely different area.
Yeah. You were not that far from the coast, like, of any coast. Like, you were not miles and miles out like they were.
That's... So the same thing happened to us in completely different areas and presumably different times?
I mean, for you guys, it's probably been about 4 or 5 days. For Shelly, she just woke up.
That's peculiar. So something's going around and doing that to a bunch of ships?
Potentially.
It serves me right for trying to help sort out a net.
Actually, interesting point. What day was it for you when things went white?
To keep it simple, it's been 4 or 5 days compared to what you know a day was.
Okay, so I give a date that's just 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it's not... There. It sounds about right. You don't think she's a time traveler.
Well, I was mostly wondering if it happened on the same day that it happened to us.
No.
Because if that's the case, then that would mean that it traveled a hell of a distance. I'm trying to gauge basically how far it traveled in what time.
Yeah, because I was up along the coast.
Probably the Sword Coast is the only one that fucking exists in the Forgotten Realms. Everything happens there.
Can I poke a hole in your narrative, Corvus?
Go ahead, try.
That's what I'm asking is basically whatever day it happened to us. That's the difference in days between us and her?
Like I said, about 4 or 5. Like, it's
okay.
From the day you wake up, you assume, like, from what you thought it was on the ship, and then the days that have progressed on the island, she is on that day that it should be.
Okay.
It's not a hole in the narrative.
I'm just making sure. Just asking.
Don't worry.
So,
this is a simple and hence cohesive plot. It makes sense.
So it can travel quite the distance, but it's not necessarily that fast.
So it's not teleporting around.
You guys are nowhere near the Sword Coast.
Not that I can guess. Well.
What is this thing doing? Just going around and sending a bunch of people to islands?
Well, the ships that we're at right now, the ones that we're kind of commandeering as a base, those all have, if you look on the sides, giant handprints. So I think it's a collector. personally. I don't necessarily know if that's accurate. That's just kind of the working theory I've got going.
I'm wondering what happened to the fishermen on the boat I was helping.
Honestly, they've probably washed up on shore somewhere too.
Well, maybe we'll be able to find them.
For some strange reason, it appears as though most people have washed up on shore. Honestly, I'm surprised as many people have made it here as have. I mean, the fact that it's not just us, it's also Lafan Fish and all the others is a bit interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I expected that to wipe out all of the NPCs.
I mean, honestly, statistically, it's impressive that we would all end up here, unless, of course, there's some sort of magical hole.
Well, the sea is kind of pushing everybody towards the island instead of doing the push and pull it normally does.
Why do you think there'd be something magical involved with the giant colossus with the bright shining head?
Right, but magic existing and magic doing very specific things are, like, you can't just guess and assume that, yes, this is what the magic does.
So clearly the island is pulling everybody into it. It's not just... Like, I have an inkling that if I tried to swim on out of here, it wouldn't work.
I haven't tried.
It's a long swim.
I mean, sure.
That's the main issue, is you just look out and it is open ocean in all directions. With no idea of where you are. Because it's not like you get to see the stars.
I mean, for all we know, we might not even technically be on our plane anymore.
I don't like that thought.
I don't particularly like it either, but I mean, I'm going to be realistic.
I'm going to be realistic. We're in another world, damn it.
I'm not going to be
But the thing
realistic.
is, it's D&D, so that does work. That happens all the time.
I choose to live in the reality where we're still on the prime material.
As you hear one of the fruit fall from a tree and explode. No, they can't rupture. That's why they've got such a tough exterior. But yet, you keep your ears peeled, your eyes open. And for having conversations like an adult, you both get an inspiration.
Woohoo!
Because apparently this has to be incentivized, Vernon.
What?
And Ginny. And
I
Miss
have
Slit their
inspiration.
throats. And now it's Reem.
To be fair, my option was to smother him, so put a pillow over his face till he stops whining.
Well, I mean, at least in the situation, that kind of made sense.
No,
because
it didn't.
was the, okay, well,
No.
it was to put him out of his misery.
It's just murder. Anyway,
Yes,
it's now
make me
Rainy's
look
watch. Also with Shelley, because you can't go back in trance. You'll feel overtired.
Yep, there's no point in doing that anyway. So yeah, she'd go wake her up when it was time. Watch
As
time.
I sink back in the waves.
Just walking backwards into it. Scooting into your little trough underneath the anchor.
Alright.
Vernon's well fucked if the combat
From
happens.
the tree.
Cuddling with a grouper.
Yeah, a lot of ear flicking.
Anything happen? Or just... It's just been quiet all night?
Yeah, so far. I mean, we had somebody skip their watch.
Yeah, Ginny. Jeez.
The smile fades. Who?
I point at Ginny.
Alright.
I mean, there's also only one set of tracks with Vernon, too. And when it
Unless he never got woke up in the first place.
Well,
Do you think Mudman forgot to wake him up?
I can't really. Do I see the sandcastle?
Yeah, he's sleeping on a sand pillow. It took time to put that together.
It's really nice, though.
He's comfortable looking. He's got this big shit-eating grin.
It's the grin, so yes.
Okay. So we can't blame the other cat for not waking up, alright.
Vernon, for you, you're back in the swamplands of Saltmarsh. Everything is soggy and muddy.
Nice.
There's just no way ever that a house can be entirely clean of it. You just dream that you're packing up. It's like the Homer in the Land of Chocolate. You know, you're just dancing around, smearing mud on shit, packing it together into shapes and houses. Ginny, you're chasing a were-rat. You'll get that little fucker one day.
Y'all are fucking weird.
There's a guy who's sleeping underwater, tied to an anchor.
Eh.
I think we can all agree everyone in the party is weird.
I agree.
Yeah.
And also 2 out of 3 are, 3 out of the 5 are blue.
Yes.
And they're the ones that deserve rights. I'm just saying, you know?
And I'm the bad guy?
Yes.
No, you're all the bad guys so far.
I'll have you know, I have done nothing wrong this session yet.
Yet.
I don't think I've done anything really bad.
Not as a character, but as a player. Very questionable.
If anything, it shows my faith in humanity is very low. Which at
Yes.
this particular point in time is certainly understandable.
But is also a characteristic of a mass murderer.
Please. I am fine with accepting my death. I am not willing to accelerate myself or others towards it.
I mean, somebody has to be a mass murderer.
She's just saying this so it'll be on a record and use it as an alibi. Months later, her
Please.
trial comes up, and they have to show this clip.
Please, one of my hobbies when I was bored in school would I just try and plot out perfect crimes. It is not an easy crime to murder someone
No, Peter Falk taught me
and
that.
get away with it. It is not, and so
That shouldn't be the reason you don't do it, though.
I think that's a slightly better thing than what I did in school.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
wait, no, I
made a
can't say
bunch
that.
of, what was it, the Stickman disasters? Like, I'd reenact a bunch of disasters with Stickman.
I mean, she's also Floridian, so you know.
Yeah. Burning of Rome, the sinking of Atlantis, Pompeii,
Some of these may be relevant to the current situation.
all of the above.
God, please don't be Pompeii.
Let's keep an eye out at least.
That's the most likely, but please.
Oh, okay. Do I have to roll another perception?
No,
No, I
Rainey will
could
be doing
probably
it.
do
Okay.
See, that's
Yeah,
advantage.
Rainy, pull your weight, damn it.
Rainey, you do notice something slightly.
Huh?
The way you guys have traveled, just for a moment you saw a small figure in the distance.
It's the dwarf. Get him.
A small figure. Like small in height or small as in far away?
Mainly the former. You could guess both. It's just very distant. It did not travel the same distance at all.
Well, there's someone out there, so we might want to go take a look at that.
I mean, it's quite like that's pretty much rising the thing going on.
You kind of cut out there a bit.
Yeah, I'm saying you're sort of looking near the horizon edge, the tiny figure.
Okay.
It could also be truth.
True. Yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on.
As she reenacts that story of the cat that killed an entire species of bird by itself.
That's an excellent cat right there.
And I bet you'd only even chewed one of them, and that's about it.
Yeah, probably threw up too.
Mm-hmm. Apart from that, though, no distracting occurrences.
Just seems odd. But I'll gladly take it. So, you would help people from not falling out of their boats.
I mean, it was the last paying job you had. I don't want to dictate your entire career to him, just putting that event as the catalyst. So the rest of it is all up to you to bullshit about.
Hold on, can you repeat that? Because I was checking news on the stupid news.
Yeah, I'm just saying that all I laid down was that job was what you did at that moment. The rest of your career, you can bullshit all you want.
Yeah.
You might have had a lifelong career of pulling people under the waves.
No, she has not. She's been a mostly nice person.
Well,
Can't relate.
it'd be more fun if she was totally a murderer, you know.
We're working on some regular old ships and doing ship things, and
We call that sailing.
yes, doing some fishing things.
Ah, fishing. Yeah. That's my preferred job. Just fishing and pulling up fish to sell or just cook and eat with little Scuttles here. Well, he's not really little anymore. I still remember when he was.
There's a burble of bubbles in the front.
She kind of kind of gestures and tries to get the idea she's saying hi to the little doohickey. Because she can do that.
Yeah, although I don't think you can get her... You don't understand the responses, really. It's more like a general thing.
Yeah, I can communicate the ideas to him, not the other way around.
Yeah, but he seems content enough. Not that he has any expressions. He's also a big fucking spiny crab.
Yeah.
Also
Well, he's
ship's
cute.
doctor, so we're fucked if there's an injury.
He's very cute.
Thank you.
And potentially delicious.
She doesn't say that part.
Azure has definitely thought it.
Little do
Wait,
people
but
know
kid-
that sea elves have the jaw strength to crack crab shells.
The thing is, with all the kills under his belt, I wouldn't tackle him.
That's the only thing that keeps him alive.
Because he's still useful.
I'm going to have to ask, why were you all out on a ship fighting another ship in the first place?
Well, we had a job from our employer. He had first given us some tests to see if we could better be sailors. I mean, as I said before, most of my time was spent before the pole rather than out of the mast. And then we were given the ship, and we were supposed to go to Chult. We ran into some difficulty when the ship was recognized. Apparently, one of his crew had pissed off another ship at a time. And that's when we broke out into the fight.
Oh, it wasn't anything like that there. You just came upon a shitty ship of gobos, that's all.
Really, I thought it was the one which Chicago had inadvertently let us into.
No,
Oh,
we
no.
murdered those people. That's how we got
Oh,
that
yeah.
boat.
That was when we got the ghost.
that was a different set of sailors.
Yeah. That's the ones we murdered and then took their boat because Chicago called them shitty liars and said, let's go, let's go.
Ah,
That's their boat, the Black Beast, that is now the Blessed Breeze that was given to you guys to sail on.
And
Yeah.
now it's gone.
and just a ship of goblins then.
But you did power slide against it, thanks to Gerald.
Indeed. I wonder where he is now. If he's still just saying something of either non-consequence or a little bit of helpful advice, then taking a drink.
Roll wisdom.
Alright, let's find out. Straight wisdom?
Yep. This is just all in your intuition. Your catly and female intuition say he's definitely taking a swig. The other two, questionable.
Alright, well, at least I know he's having a good drink. But yes, that's how a bunch of people from Saltmarsh have ended up on this island near the elemental plane of fire.
And for Shelley's benefit, Saltmarsh? Well, roll me intelligence. You might know about it. It's a small harbor town.
Intelligence. That's a problem. I'm not very smart.
Neither are we.
You have no idea. You assume it's a small little place, and it's probably not very oceanic.
Where is Saltmarsh?
Officially in this campaign, it is to the south of the coast. There's this little unused nugget of land.
So it's still in the area of the Sword Coast.
It's pretty far south. There's that little bit where it comes out a little further to the left.
Okay.
It's just basically plonked there.
Huh. So you guys were a fair bit away from where I was.
Mm.
And they were heading even further south into the west as well, for Chult.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they were going southwest, well, that's how much they trust their captain. Which was not at all. I've never seen so many fucking insight rolls meeting an NPC.
He's still a shitbag captain, and I'm sticking with that.
Anyway, back to the conversation. So that's where Saltmarsh is. It's way south of the coast.
Well, I at least hope that we might find some of the fishermen that I was helping out. But judging the entire situation, I'm not so sure how many would survive.
Hmm.
I'm also a bit annoyed that we don't have any of our stuff.
That was disconcerting.
It'd be not so bad if I had all of my stuff to, do things with. But...
Yes, life is better when you have things with which to do things with.
Mhm. Like proper weapons.
All the things I have, you know what? I'd give them all up for a little bit more.
I'm fairly... No, I'm not super confident, but there is a chance that when we get to the bottom of this, we can find everything that we have lost. Still, we just have to find out more about this place and hopefully find the rest of our crew and get a boat and get out of here.
I'd be on board with assisting with that.
All right.
So I guess you're done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Morning is always present, but you feel you have to wake up now. You've got your long rest, everything along the way.
Jenny will wake up and be like, "Alright, it's my turn for a watch, right?"
Yes.
No. The watches are over. You've had a very good sleep.
What happened?
I point to Vernon.
Is he still asleep on his sandcastle
It's up
pillow?
to him.
Yeah, I mean it's a really, really good sandcastle. It's like his own little private room. He's just sleeping. It's great.
He built himself a mud kennel.
Is the water close enough that I can splash him?
I mean, you've got Azure there.
Does he have a good layer of mud on him or anything?
Yeah, it's like a pillow. I mean, not a pillow,
I
a blanket. What am I
have
talking about?
measured
A blanket.
to splash him with some water to get the mud off.
Alright, just for this turn, Snook, you get a cast Tidal Wave. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
No. But yeah, it's easy to get even a bucket's worth to splash him with using Shape Water.
Absolutely.
I I assume I'm gonna start fucking drowning when the water comes in through the air holes. So I'm gonna get right up.
It's a fucking gladiator helmet he molded in sand.
Yeah.
And ask, is it time for my watch yet?
Yep.
To be fair, it could be. It's not like the sunlight changes.
She's just slow clapping.
There's also there's just big chunks of like wet sand stuck to Vernon's face. It's I'm sure it's gonna dry off quick and fall off, but it's quite
Please
fantastic.
tell me it washed off the cod piece.
No,
It's
no,
been
sure, he's
gone
been
for a
wearing a
while,
skirt.
remember?
Yeah. He dropped that when he took a raid shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's not what happened.
Looked like it. When he hunched over, smashed his hands down on his thigh, and a big chunk of brown stuff just dropped from his crotch from behind.
And no one ever asked, because I don't think anyone actually
Why
wants
would
to know.
anyone
I
ask?
think
No one wants to know.
I think everyone was pretty much just staring in awe, confusion, and disgust.
Oh, this is the worst character. I hope he fucking dies soon.
He almost died twice in the class.
I know.
But he's a barbarian. You've managed to almost kill a barbarian.
He's not that tanky. I didn't know I was great on health.
He's a barbarian.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to get him killed, don't worry.
But, as you're waking up, stretching, adjusting what little there is, I mean, the guys basically just tug on their skirts and make sure they're even in the waist. Rainey has a full dress to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Shelly, you just pick up your 2 knives and a spear again.
Oh, remember, I don't have the knives. I left them. I just
Alright.
have the dagger and.
Okay, you get your dagger and your spear. That's you.
Is it a regular spear, by the way?
It's a bit shitty looking. Like, the wood has been burnt quite a bit, and so is a sharp stone on the end. All of the spears look the same condition.
Okay, I just wanted to know what to drag onto my character sheet.
Yeah, it's just a normal spear.
Okay.
However, as you start up your journey again, there's about another 5-10 minutes of walking. Actually, a bit more than that there. Like, you're coming upon the big stony structure. You see, breaking the tree line, 2 figures. A weird-looking, colorful fishman, and behind him, a naked woman carrying something that is encrusted with seashells. And as they break the tree line and run up the stones, it seems they're in a bit of a hurried panic. And behind them, you see why, as breaking the tree line now are tall, stringy, red-shaped creatures. Like they look if you sucked all the muscle mass out of a lizard folk and just painted them red. But they are all bearing shields and swords. And they're giving chase, but it's a bit sluggish, like there is a weight to their movement. Like now and again a few stop, and then they pick up speed again.
I think we should do something about that.
Yes.
Certainly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go help them.
So you charge towards it, and then we get to hear. By the time you guys have caught up, like you're not quite on the map yet, but this is the depiction of the current battle. The colorful fishman is hiding behind the woman. But now you're close enough. Vernon, give me a perception check. That's enough. As you look to see what the woman's carrying, it's your maul, but it's covered in sea shit.
Oh, I'm so fucking mad.
But you can also see that the chase has kind of stalled a bit. These creatures kind of losing their steam on the stairs. Like, there's a lot of slapping of very long-limbed feet, or very long-fingered feet. And then just a few moments of just sort of hunching forward a bit, leaning on their swords, getting their breath back.
Me too.
So, you've got one movement distance to get onto the map, so what are you guys going to do? Are you going to immediately engage in combat? Or are you going to see how this plays out? Because, I mean, she looks like she could take him.
Might as well try to make
I
a
had to
friend.
take my headset off for a second.
She's
Can
5'2".
we see all the way up?
Hmm?
I had my headset off, so I didn't get all of it. Can we see all the way up to the top?
Yep.
And what's at the top?
You were able to see, running up that whole way, a weird, colorful fishman and a naked woman clutching what you've now discovered is Vernon's maul, but covered in shells and shit.
Human woman?
Human, yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch unless Vern, like, really... Well done.
We should
We're
probably help
watching.
her.
We're going.
We are still supposed to be heroes.
Everyone but Shelley today has made a very questionable decision. No matter how
We're
much
going.
Pio tries to justify it being rational. And yeah, you're one movement, so you're basically 30 feet off the map, because most of the people who make free maps only make a map to go from bottom to top, never from the sides. They never take into account that we'd want more than just an arena. Because you're meant to have freedom in combat.
What's that?
I know. People don't like imagination in D&D, I guess.
D&D's not about creativity, you know.
Yeah.
Imagination.
Shelly's kind of going to raise her hand and say, why don't we try to sneak on up there and see if we can do something?
Well, if they're drastically outnumbered, we should actually
Distract.
try and get their... Yeah.
There is also the fact that they are right there. You know?
Fuck, I'm gonna start screaming. And start running.
There we go. That simplifies things.
What if she was, like, blessing your maul and it's about to be, like, something crazy?
Well, then she can finish that blessing after that.
Yeah.
None of
That's
us know
not
dealing
a
with it.
good reason to...
I don't know why I didn't end up on the tracker, but I'm a 15 as well.
Hang on, I'll add you on.
Figures.
Need another catnap, did you?
Nah, it's just always. He just rolls higher.
Well, to be fair, you couldn't roll lower.
True.
Alrighty.
Why do you have points on yours?
They've got tiebreak on,
Yeah.
which just adds your dex to the roll.
Oh.
So it's not 0.18, it's just 23 and 18. So, Verdun calls out, and the creatures turn and take a look, and you know what? Who wants to roll nature? This is some exotic fauna, so it's got a high DC, but...
Nope.
Shelley and
so-
Rainey so far. Rainey just hit the DC. Azor missed. Come on, Vernon. Big brain time.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't got brain.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
It's got 20 sides on that dice. See, not bad. Not bad.
Middling.
Better
Yeah,
than
you
Jin
guys...
now.
You obviously get a flame impression from them. But you two, the ladies, know that these are fire newts. They are territorial, they are aggressive, they are militaristic. They are a full race, despite having a very small portion of the monster manual. And obviously, yes, they are fiery, so don't go setting them alight. Won't help. Marshall leap out, and Shelley, you know that they can spit small fireballs.
At that point, she would promptly say, "Don't set them on fire, it won't help, and they can shoot fire at us."
Yep, every one of these has an 8d6 fireball waiting in them. Good luck, guys. You're gonna prove that CR is bullshit. Go for it.
We got this.
Yeah.
Spread out.
Can I just pretend rage applies to fire damage?
Only if you're a totem.
At a
I
guess.
should've taken that.
Yeah, I really should have taken Totem the Bear, because everyone takes that, sadly. It's too good.
It is too good.
Then
She
again,
just
it's also boring.
Yes, it is.
Shelley just kind of stands there and says, "I knew we should have snuck up."
Nah. Too tactical.
I mean,
Violence!
a good chance that by the time you snuck up, well, they probably wouldn't be alive.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ginny.
Yeah.
God, to roll high.
Yeah. You're leading the charge.
I am not, sir. I am reacting
Oh, you picked
to
the first
Vernon
map.
battle cry.
I'm yelling, "I'll save you!" To my mom. Physically, so I'm yelling that too.
To the mall.
He has to move up because he's out of range.
Fucking hell. And I just yell, "Fuck your mall and leave." No.
I mean, there's also a person there.
Yes.
How much cover do these rocks give to this one?
Their fireballs aren't 8d6.
He means for his own shot, I think.
Yeah, if it looks like they're behind a big outcrop, you're looking at about +2, +4.
Shit. I will hold my attack action
You're out of range.
until,
With everything except your
until
bow.
something gets closer.
Oh my god.
Scaredy cat.
You know what? I'm going to introduce a new mechanic. Ginny, you're marked. Right now, you feel that Simon is thinking about you. And you're not meeting his expectations. Again. Scuttles.
How far away are we?
One movement to get on the map. Basically. Because there's just not enough fucking side on this map.
Okay, well, let's see. That's
So
that'd
30
be
feet.
30 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's gonna go to his. Oh boy.
Yeah, the squares don't match up. It would be too small otherwise.
Okay, so that'd be there. Dash action, and that'll be it.
Alrighty. Vernon. You were charging in the combat for your big hammer.
Yes. So to get on the map, can I pick basically like any of these kind of squares on the right side?
Yeah.
To get onto. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna come up actually right here, and I guess I should probably dash. Yeah, I'll dash up to here. And I will scream, "I'm gonna fucking save you!" and point up at the rocks.
As you gesture with your hand, I'm gonna fucking save you! You live today!
Today's not your last day.
It's not a good day to die!
Today's a good day to stay alive.
Shelley.
Yeah, I guess she would go dashing because there's really no point. So, would here be the 30 feet?
I mean, there's also cover, yeah.
Yeah. So then, one.
By all means, group up by the cover.
There we go. And then she is going to try to be stealthy for shits and giggles.
Oh, you're gonna try to hide? Okay. You ran in there. Apart from the noise of a titty slap, no one knows you're there. Because that's just what happens when you run fast. Alright, Azure.
I would like to appear here, so I got my footsies all wet.
Yep. And there is a wrecked boat by you, although it's fucked.
Oh. I assumed that was just decor.
In this case, I'm
would
going to
like
make use of
to-
it because it's not sailing.
I would like to make some shards of ice rain in this 5-foot square.
Because you wouldn't be able to see the floor part of that is the thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Would I be able to see this area enough, or?
Just get a gravel pointer. Yeah, you'd be able to see the steps there.
Okay. In that case, I will make it easier to climb the steps.
Alright.
Good damage, too.
So let's take a look here.
There's a first time for everything.
They both fail. As you see them just sort of sluggishly try to hop away.
Oh, they have disadvantage. I was like, damn. Okay, cool.
And they are both just fucking swarmed by these shitty, annoying, magically conjured snowballs. It's like getting hit by the school bully and you can't fucking see where it's coming from. Just being pelted everywhere they turn, just a new ice ball just smacking them.
Excellent.
That is, in fact, my one and only job in life. To be annoying as shit. That is my turn.
What, isn't it to be useful?
No. Simon himself knows that that's not accurate.
He trying to encourage... Like, that's the thing. Simon was very warm-hearted and fatherly, trying to encourage you all to be what you could be. Unfortunately, you're all shit.
It's just the best we can possibly do.
No, not like you can't do it. You can do it. It's just personality-wise and attitude. You're just shit. Rainy.
All right. Dash. So it's on the map.
You could also do your feline dash to get even further.
That is true. That doubles my speed, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. In your
Okay,
case,
so-
you get 90.
90. Okay, well,
Yeah, it's not
30.
It's not a 120 burst.
Uh,
So you got
It's
60 feet left.
trying to decide how far I want to get in. Into the thick of it. There we go.
Alrighty.
Look at that. A brave soul.
Yes, unsurprisingly, the crab and the cat are the only brave ones. We've got a cowering naked elf. We've got Mudman calling out because he only wants his hammer. That's all he wants. And we got this
Okay.
fucking cat hiding in the corner.
I'm doing what I should be doing as a squishy caster.
I didn't comment on you. Yeah, that's
I'm
what
just
that's what you're meant to
playing
do.
it out.
This one turns Rainy and sort of slaps its way haggardly down the stairs to you.
All right.
This one does the same and almost slips. These ones, take a look. This one, hang on, I should have actually marked this one with a token. This one shakes his shiny rattles and dabs.
He dabs.
No, he's got... Well, dab used to be an old term for dangly shit.
I like how good the idea. I like him just dabbing better.
Yeah, we all know what happened.
And unfortunately, he casts a spell, Azure, at you.
Oh.
And right beside
Fuck
you erupts a ball of fire as he casts Flaming Sphere,
No.
and it rolls at you. Hang on, I forgot to open up my druid sheet where I've got all these spells listed because I had to fucking write all of them in. There's nothing in the
Yeah.
compendium for druids.
There is. Just you have to pay for it.
Why is that the class they lock up?
It's
Because
it's
of
only
all
it's only a DC 12. But you still take the
Doesn't
9
matter.
fire as it bashes into you.
I am resistant to.
You're still resistant? Okay. So you only take 4.
I mean,
But you still get bashed with a big ball of fire.
yep, still concerning.
And then he sits down on the stairs. That seemed to take a lot out of him.
What a shitter.
These guys, however, they slap their way, like, they've got big long feet, like about 1.5 feet. Practically clown feet. But they're just flat and stringy with only a few little limbs.
It's like
Let's see.
diving gear.
Sort of, yeah, like yeah. These guys have an eye on you, Vernon. And you watch as something bulges in their belly, and you see it light up and move up into them. You see a bulge in their throat rolling, and then they spit fire at you.
Oh!
Why'd that roll to 2 GM? Anyway. So that's a DC 11 dex save. You see it coming, though.
Yeah. So.
Also, I'll
Come on,
roll it
Vernon.
just so you can see what it is. They did 5 and 10 damage on this one, though. So that's the first one. So you only take 2 fire.
Okay. And then the second one is just the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Bah.
So you take 5 fire, because that one rolled 10 damage.
Okay.
Also, they sit down. They both count as
I'm gonna fucking
prone.
murder him.
These two, they make their way at their fullest of speed up to the plateau, where the two of them back up further towards the ocean, despite it being about a 50-foot drop. Bit more than that. Ginny!
I said I would save him.
Can I get to?
No,
here
you
with
said,
my-
I will save you! Ah! I'll
Can I
save you,
get here
Henry.
with my agility?
Yeah. You've got, like, just getting on the map is one movement, and then you've got your feline agility and a dash.
I will. Actually, I'll get to here, and then I'll shoot at this one with Thunder Pop.
He even named it.
Yeah.
But you didn't really know what you were doing with it, so you point at it, and you wind up realizing that was a really loud bang, so you put a hand on your ear, but it sort of throws off your aim, and it just bang. And, you know, there's now a small crater in this wall. About the size of a fist. Also,
Yeah, whatever.
everyone looks in your direction. First mate Scuttles. Oh, hang on. I forgot to do an attack for these two. Hang on. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, they're gonna swing their swords at you, Rainy.
Alright.
And neither of those hit, so continue on.
Wow.
Because they're very lazy in their slashes. These are not at their fighting prime, it seems.
Well, Scuttles is going to move into my square to attack, but he can't end his turn there. He's going to try and bonk that one.
Mm-hmm. Just smack him.
Crab slash. Nope.
There's a
That is
crab
actually a
on his
miss.
face.
Yep.
Yep.
Like
So he's
for-
going to move here, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Because he has to, because we need to make space.
Whoa.
Never mind. I don't think I have to roll again for him.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Vernon.
So it looks like there's kind of like these rocks kind of ascend in size going up towards this cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could try to run along those?
Yes.
Yes.
Give me an
Especially
athletics,
with
though. You're
stilettos.
bounding.
Yeah, so it's like big leaps. But I
Yeah.
want to try to get up. I think. I shall
Yeah, I'll
try
let it be
this
one movement, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So that'll use all my movement, even if I'm using climbing. That'll get me right up to him. And this guy usually counts as prone, right?
Yeah, and he's just bringing his shield up over his head. Like, he's even
Okay.
let go of his sword. He's just sort of just hunched over there with his shield up.
Great. I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna shout, "I'm not gonna save you!" And I'm gonna hit the shit out of him with the anchor.
So yeah, it's with advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hit.
17.
It's a wallop. You almost, like, paste him on the floor, but he's still alive, barely. But it's just, you saw things shift inside him. Like, his skin's slightly translucent, and you just saw things shift about in him. Not to the degree of the jelly things. Just, this is how these guys are. You can see a lot of their glowing organs and all, and yeah. He's definitely dead in about 2 hours if you don't do anything to him.
Oh, great.
Alright, we can leave this one alone.
Yeah, I
He'll
think I
die
am
in about
actually gonna
3
leave
to
him.
4 business days.
Shelly.
Just enough time for us to raid his family.
And kill them too.
All right. My question is: these two rocks here. Is it something where you can walk through them, or do I have to walk around?
Nah, I'd let you walk through them. I mean, you could also just jump over them, really. But no roll required. I mean, sliding between them might actually be a bit rough right now. Abrasive, friction, chafing.
I can't remember. Can spears reach?
Nope,
5
spears
foot
do
or-
not have reach, which is the dumbest fucking thing. It's the entire point of a spear, is to have more range than a knife.
Well, in that case, standing here doesn't really help, so I would just dash and go 1, 2, 4. There we go.
Okay,
And I would just kind of.
that is an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, I forgot the other one, so never mind. Hold on.
Doesn't...
It'd be there.
Okay.
It wouldn't matter anyways, because he wouldn't have hit me.
Yep. So, do you still have your action, do you?
No, because I had to dash.
You're a
Cunning
rogue.
action.
Mm,
You can do it as a bonus.
oh, I can?
Yeah, cunning action.
It's wonderful. It's why fighters dip into it, because being able to dash on a bonus is wonderful.
Being able to dodge on a bonus is wonderful.
Oh, in that case.
I don't think they can do that. I know they can dash and they can hide. And disengage. They can't dodge.
That's a really good
Dodges.
dodge.
Dodges monk.
Yeah.
Oh, right, they can
Not
dash,
bad.
disengage, and hide.
So who are you stabbing?
Oh, the one that's right in front of me.
Yeah. Sadly, you did run through them, so you don't have advantage on this one because you're not you're not stealthy. So that just scrapes against his shield.
Yeah.
There's also the distraction of, suddenly you're in a windswept blizzard. But you quickly return to the sheaf so you don't freeze to death.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put cunning action on my sheet because I was starting at level 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yep.
Azur.
Hello.
There's a big fireball right there.
There is. On the upside, these fuckers have moved to this coast area. Could I attempt to batter 2 boys, since they've decided to get oh so cozy up on this coast?
You
Or
could.
can I not see that either?
No, you can attack there.
Alright. Actually, you know what? I'm going to attempt to hit this guy with an ice knife instead.
Mhm.
25.
So, specifically, this guy.
Yes.
Already, that is a hit.
Because the other one would be disadvantage, I do believe, because of...
So, complete failures all around on all of her dice.
Explosions.
And I'm going to make my way deeper into the ocean to avoid the fireball. Am I deep enough right now to where I'm mostly covered in water?
Well, even so, I'm pretty sure it can't actually cross water, so you're fine there.
Ah, perfect. I did not know that. That's
I
great.
think it, let me just see, I think it has a specific thing on it, so... there we go.
God, please make their thing.
Spirit. Oh, it's magic.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter, Azur.
No.
There's nothing about being submerged in this. If anything, this would be worse. It's fucking a steam ball now. It's like a rainbow shrimp punch coming towards you.
He's trying, you know?
It's a good thought.
No, it was a good
Magic.
thought, but I like the idea of it doesn't get smothered even better, because, man, that's fucking terrifying. But hey, you did
This island
damage.
is pretty,
I accept my fate.
Yeah, rainy. Well, to be fair, you're doing it like Paragnos here, of, I'm accepting my fate of taking all of his fire damage when you take half. That's not that
Well,
much.
I mean, yeah, but
All right. Well, is the one that Shelly's standing on dead?
Nope, they're both alive.
Is she still standing on him, or?
She's not standing on someone, you're,
I'm next to it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, I'll
both
shift a
ones.
token there to see if it updates for you.
Thank you. With my bonus, I'm going to get Scuttles to smack this one first. You can do it, Scuttles.
He
Yeah,
can do it.
Scuttles always does
10
And yeah-
slash.
He just snips him in half.
it.
All right.
There's this
And-
worrying moment where it's just all tensile pressure. It's just the last moment, and then fucking vice grip.
All right, and now I'll use adjust that. And now I'll use my turn to slash this boy with my cutlass.
Yep.
Which is a finesse scimitar, right? I want to make sure I have the stats right. Yes? No? Okay, Discord probably.
Orvis?
Oh. Oh, okay. So Discord is working.
Yeah,
Welcome back. Hmm.
he seems to also be silent now.
Yeah.
that's what you fucking get for comparing me to Paragnos.
It wasn't. He's DDoSing us from where the fuck he is now.
Insult me like that.
There
Hey,
you
there you
are.
go.
Okay, you guys can hear me. Now I've got to get it up on the... Oh, okay, it's acting on the stream as well. I wonder when that cut out.
Not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
This-
asked a question and we just didn't hear the answer.
The scimitar is just a rapier, but it does slashing. So it's 1d8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. It's
Because I really didn't like the idea of Simon running around wielding two rapiers. It just looked dumb, this big, hulking, terrifying lizardman poking people with
Slash.
needles.
slash.
Whoa!
Yeah. And he's fucking dead as you just launch it right into the head and then just pull it away. And he just slides down.
Alright, let me just adjust my sheet a tiny bit so I can put the things in proper places.
But you guys agree with me for aesthetic purposes, right? Like, two dual-wielding rapiers just looks dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends.
I've seen, it's
Like,
Now,
I've seen
there is a version that's cool, but it's only in Castlevania Curse of Darkness, really. It's when you're dual-wielding patas, which are the armored gloves that have a sword on the end of it.
Oh, yeah, those are-
Horribly impractical, like terrible things for range of motion, but they look cool that way. But two pokey rapiers on a big, terrifying lizard folk just doesn't look right.
Yeah, for Sonic.
Yeah,
it
and a
couldn't
lizard
work.
folk, no. It has to be. Thank you, Google. You certainly did it well. Here, I'll post it in tabletop. This is the motherfucker you expect to dual wield rapiers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or I was imagining like some sort of like illusionist mage who uses two rapiers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the turn of the fire newts.
It's got to be someone flamboyant / all about style.
Mm-hmm.
These guys don't recharge, but this one slowly gets up beside you, Vernon.
You better
Like,
not,
it-
you motherfucker.
You see him basically backing up his feet to where you see his body itself arch upwards like a weird U, and then just finally, just with a slurping sound, bring his chest upwards and stand up, brandishing his weapon. This one also gets up from the side, trying to... Like, the ice damage really seemed to fuck with these two. They seem a little disorientated and slow, but this one's still got his fire breath. But first of all, this one's going to follow down to smack at you, Vernon. And of course, for Azure,
No.
underwater. A flaming sphere burning underwater. Don't even bother, really.
I mean,
You take either 1 point of damage or 2.
it's important for the
One
One.
damage. But it is terrifying as it's just burning up all the water around you. You're in a boiling, intensive inferno. So, it's obscuring your vision a bit. So, let's see here now. That leaves 2 huckers. Well, first of all, he's going to bring himself up a bit further. And then he collapses on the ground, panting. So he counts as prone. This one steps his way out. And then the 2 of them spit at you, Vernon. You're the only one they can actually see right now in that range.
Gonna fucking kill him. Same thing, 2 deck saves.
Yep.
There
There you go. 5 and 4. And then comes 2 attacks with their sizzling scratch scimitars.
Taking a lot of damage.
Wow, they actually hit with one of them.
Yep, 1 hit
There you go.
for 2 damage.
Yep.
Damn, I'm hurting. Fire damage does not compute when it comes to Barbarian.
Yeah, but also that's just 4 slashing. That's the thing you say, that hurt.
Well, I mean, kind of, you know, it hurts.
Jenny.
If I move here, why can't I click there? Here.
Okay.
Can I see these 2, the ones that are up on Vernon?
There's quite a bit in the way with all this. Like, you could see maybe that one, actually, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll move there and attack that one then. Ah, damn this grid.
What can I say, man? Free map makers don't seem to make things that work well with Roll20.
Oh,
Wow.
thanks for the help.
Roll a d20. Ginny? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's 5 points of disappointment that is now in your character. Should you guys ever get back to Saltmarsh, this will be a quantity that Simon will fucking smell on you.
fun. At what
He will
point
know
would he-
what you've done.
At what point, how much disappointment must accrue before he just flat out fires you?
I mean, that'll be something to think about in the future, won't it?
No, well.
Scuttles!
Alright.
It really was just a pop there. And what's great is he's doing this, it's making so much noise, but you see as he pulls the trigger and his fur ruffles, he's got a fucking bow and 4 arrows slung on his shoulder.
Alright, now is that 20 feet of unobstructed movement?
20...
You moved from there.
Yeah, I'd say he storms between the legs, yeah.
Alright, here comes the crab hammer.
So, Vernon, what are you doing this turn?
So I was thinking.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite things to do, is just, let's just gloss over that.
I actually was thinking, Corvus.
Were you?
If I kill this guy on the, yeah, I was.
Good.
But if I kill this guy on the left, can I use this like the bonus action from Great Weapon Master to like try to shove this guy off the cliff?
Yes.
Nah,
technically.
it's a bonus melee attack.
Yeah, yeah. So.
But you know what? I'll allow it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's see if I can hit first. Of course, I'm gonna reckless attack.
You might as well. These guys don't have a great chance of smacking you.
Yeah. All right, first guy.
That's a hit.
You got this.
He is dead. He is absolutely
Hell
dead
yeah.
because of, man, that damage. They have
Guy
22
step onto his
HP
body.
total.
Damn. I fucked him up.
Yeah, you're a
I
barbarian.
want to
That's what
step onto his body to shove this guy off the cliff.
It squelches underfoot. It's kind of like standing on one of those like plastic wrapped ice lollies.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do we call them, a juice
yeah.
pop or something like that there?
Ew.
But it's just burst. All right,
and
gonna
then
give him a
I'm
shove.
Give him a shove.
Yeah, it's just for fun, like, because he can't even push against that. Because he has no modifier.
Valiant effort.
Sploosh! And there is a hideous scream from him. The water is sizzling.
Oh,
So now I have some more movement. I'm gonna finish this off with 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm gonna look at this guy. Well, probably. Well, how tall is he actually? Can I look down on him?
No, he's taller than you. Like, he is stretched out.
I'm gonna look up at him, and I'm gonna mean bug him from down here.
Anyway, Shelly.
1, 2, 3.
Low level encounters are a lot more fun to make. Because you can just do all kinds of silly bullshit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, yeah, I try to,
Shank him.
this would count as for sneak attack, right?
It counts for sneak attack, not for advantage.
Yeah. So, bloop.
That's a hit.
And then I hit the button.
For 11 damage. Very nearly dead as you puncture him. And just, it starts to seep out around your hand. It's kind of unpleasant. It's warm, though.
Hmm?
Not that
That's
you can
something.
feel it on your hand because of the fucking interminable wind. But you pull it out and he is still up.
She looks annoyed.
Now, don't stick your other characters in here.
I'm not Melgurn.
depends. How much HP does it have left?
Not enough to Malgurn it. Azur, what are you up to?
Alright. Going to carefully navigate around this bullshit. And I'll end up here.
Okay.
Does this dude seem to be, like, dying, or is he fine?
I mean, he's flailing and sizzling a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go down. I'm going to look up and I'm going to aim for this dude.
Yep.
Actually, how far away is he? 45, and with the height, would he be...
What range are you looking for?
60?
Considering it all, I'd say he's just out of 60.
Okay. I do not mean to kill Steel, but I must at least attempt to use my action to be useful.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
fine.
gonna
You
aim
don't
for
want to
this dude
dash and
try to-
heroically bound up here with an athletics roll?
No, I'm good. I'm alright.
That's not the
I'm gonna
fan
try to Ray of Frost for 6 cold damage on that guy.
And he is just wiped. Like, you just put it on his back as he's about to defend himself with a shield again, and you just see the skin tear around this frozen portion. The blood pours out, and he is down.
Alright. Now that is the end of my turn.
There we go. Rainy.
All right.
I was a little worried. There's all kinds of starts and stops on the computer right now.
With feline agility, because I spent a turn down here not moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna come up here and cutlass this boy. And he just... Okay, yep, he's not prone.
This
Right
one, no.
cheeked. Whack. Nope.
Just dings off a shield, although, to be fair, it's more your fault than his, because he really couldn't move it around that much. You're just not a melee cat yet.
Nope.
You like the bow. The bow worked. It was simple.
Yep.
Let's
Welcome back.
see. He does not recharge. He does not recharge. So this one in the water goes beneath the waves.
Wow. That's real sad.
Titanic, just kind of slowly sinking.
Yeah,
But then,
kind of depressing.
yeah,
Gus
but
is
then,
standing up above the water to give a thumbs up as it sinks below.
it's really fucking weird, their artwork. Like, their weapons just seem to be held like an action figure. It's clasped by the palm, not by their fingers or their thumbs.
Ugh.
But the one up top, who's got all the dangly doodads on him, he can see you now, Azure, as he picks himself up.
No. Stop it.
Bash.
This point is just annoying.
I mean, the great thing is, that's also his bonus action. Where the fuck is it? Huh, did I not have that as it? Okay. So let's see here. So first of all, the Flaming Sphere. I'm just juggling over his spell list here. Yep, there you go. You take 3 damage. No, actually, 1 damage. Because the first time you saved against it. Let's see here. And then, Rainy. As the sphere disappears, your weapon gets really hot.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So that's 9 fire.
Let's see. Or drop the weapon if I can. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I do not drop that weapon.
You keep it held in hand, although there is that horrible scent of burning hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks around and leaps into the water.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna fucking kill him, god damn it.
And with that, we're out of initiative.
But what? This one's not.
Oh, this one's still alive? Well, I don't think it actually matters, but okay, sure.
Oh,
I forgot to do
Can I
another
kill it? Can I
attack with
kill
him.
it?
Yeah, hang on. He's gonna swing at Rainy. Completely miss.
Let's all gang up on him.
Ginny, are you back yet?
Yeah, he said I was back in chat.
I'll hop onto this rock and.
I mean, there's
shoot
no
him.
roll for you with this because you can just climb. But yeah, if you want to try and plink him from there, go ahead. There's a hit. As you set down your pop gun that has been a little disappointing and pull out a real weapon. And as the arrow just jams through his neck, which is really long, we're talking about a foot of neck. It doesn't seem to actually get anything vital as Rainy's able to see, like his main jugular and esophagus. Yeah, that actually was missed by the arrow, but it still fucking hurt. It's just not causing internal bleeding profusely yet. First Mate Scuttles is a bit out of range.
Yep.
I can see him already jumping up and down the seat.
You made it with 40 though.
Ah,
I'm a little surprised.
is he able to attack?
Yeah. But it wasn't straight, so it's just a crab slack.
Yeah. And it's a miss. Vernon, there's a crab in your spot.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and go on this side of the guy. I can move to here.
As you just lock eyes with him, as you walk around and clamber up the wall behind the cat.
Yep.
The whole time
And
just
I'm gonna-
doing the gesture of pointing at your eyes then his.
And like, bringing the thumb across the neck very slowly.
And then he just sort of then he just in response taps the arrow sticking through his neck.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I should kill him by just ripping that out and juggling him around a little bit.
You know what? Go ahead if you want to try. By all
Just
means,
grab
don't
it
use your
and
incredibly
wiggle it a
powerful
bit.
weapon.
I mean, yeah. Can I just actually? I want to use my anchor because I'm a little bit above him. Can I try to golf him onto this?
Golf swing.
Yeah.
I will need an attack roll first of all.
Alright, I'm gonna reckless attack.
Go wild. Right, that is a hit. Now I need an athletics and then a dexterity roll.
Okay.
We're looking for power and control.
I swear to God, if you hit him
Oh!
at me,
Okay, that's power.
power.
And then regular dex roll.
Natural
Yep.
1. Natural 1.
Too much power. So he does go flying as you intended, and Azur,
No.
the side of your body gets splatted in goo as he just gets launched and then lands on the hull of the small ship. He just bursts like a ripe tomato.
And I'm after I do like a salute to Azure, I'm gonna run up the fucking.
Run for your hammer.
Yep.
However, that is now 3 hours. That is where we'll leave off this session.
Alright. Just right
Leave off with Azure dipping his face in the water, desperately trying to wash this shit off him.
Where the party beat the shit out of some helpless, feeble, weakened fire newts. I felt really good about it. But yes, they all had disadvantage. Yeah, you could. It's still intact. Just, you gotta find it.
It's kind of somewhere in the boat.
Oh yeah, it's lodged in the boat now. The problem is, it might be a bit deep. But yeah, that is the end of tonight's session. We should be back next week, guys. Any issues?
Yeah.
Don't say why not.
Should be fine.
Is that a yeah for issues?
No, that's a yeah for I should be able to.
Okay. Alrighty then. So next week we'll be back with more Saltmarsh side story, although we've also got Raxus in 2 days' time. Oh boy. And hopefully my Roll20 problems will be resolved.
I hope so.
Yeah, can't upload anything. That's a bollocks. And
Well,
now
well, have you cleared out your uploads?
yeah, like I said, I deleted a bunch of maps that I wasn't going to use, but my capacity is still at 101 megabytes out of 100.
Hmm.
But yeah, now to click the button that says we stop streaming.